Guys, listen up. As you get older, the best way to continue to look young, exuberant, and vibrant is to continue to take care of your skin. That's why I'm excited to have Teej Hanley as a sponsor of today's video. You heard me talk about them before, and you're going to continue to hear me talk about them because I believe in their products and the positive impact that they have on every man's life. Teej Hanley makes taking care of your skin so easy. They provide you with all the products you need and nothing that you don't. Every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. Lapeef family, I must admit, skincare wasn't always something I always focused on, but since I started using this system, I've seen improvements in the way my skin looks and feels. And you don't have to take my word for it. They have over 5,000 five-star reviews on their website from satisfied customers from around the world. I recommend you start with the level 1 system, which comes with all the basics: a daily face wash, an exfoliating scrub, an AM moisturizer, and a PM moisturizer. In addition to amazing skin, members of Teej Hanley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off retail price, the ability to customize your box, pause or cancel at any time, and free US shipping. And because Teej Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers a great deal. Just click that first link in the description and you'll get 30% off the first box plus the free gift. Seriously, that's an amazing deal. Even though it's too early, as I often say, it's never too late. Click that link and get started today.
What's going on, family? Welcome to King Talking Lapeef Network. We're going to introduce the crew. We got Sweeney, Shannon Walls, Louise, Ricky, Jay Stans, Cloud Jones, Sean and Nick in the basement. And myself, I'm Lapeef J.I. Welcome to King Talking on Lapeef Network. What's going on, family? What's going on? How y'all doing?
Man, it's a great Tuesday, big brother. It's a great Tuesday. It's King Talk. What else can I say?
All is well, all is copacetic.
That's what I'm talking about. See, you got a whole vibe going on there, Clout.
You know the vibe. I just did a performance a little while ago, so I'm a little juiced up, you know.
Okay. Juiced up. It's a new terminology, Ricky. Juiced up.
Juiced up.
I'm going to use
Got
that.
my boost up.
This weekend, man. So, yeah.
Hey, Clout, you ain't on that Barry Bonds, are you?
What's that? What's Barry Bonds?
and
I'm on that reposado right now. I'm about to pour it in my little cup.
You ain't on them steroids, are you?
Oh, hell no.
Well, it's good to see you guys in attendance. Appreciate you. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Shout out to the sponsor, Teej Hanley. Uncomplicated skincare for men, 30% off along with a free gift. That link is in the description. So you guys make sure you go ahead and fill the teas, as I always say. With that being said, we're going to have a great show. I'm going to start off with something light. Maybe not. Maybe not, man. What did you say? What was that?
My bad. I was thinking out loud.
Oh, shit. It's going to be a long show, Cloud. You're starting to talk to yourself. Thinking out loud and juiced up. I'm gonna use that, man. I was thinking out loud and I'm juiced up. All right, here we go, y'all. Here we go. You guys ever heard of semen retention?
Yes,
semen
sir.
retention?
Absolutely.
Everybody's familiar with it. All right, so I ran across this post from Prince Donnell. It says, taking the next 30 days to fast from all the impurities and or voices. Plus, I will not be engaged in any sexual activity, ejaculation, as it will be transmuted into daily energy, business, creativity, and building my body. Jim, I will be a refreshed man come July 15th. He also posted this, says, unleash the power inside your own body, transform your life. Semen retention is a centuries-old practice that allows you to harness your body's vital energy and redirect it to any area of your life, from achieving the perfect body to outstanding results in business, creativity, endeavors. The practice and turbocharge your success. Semen retention miracle is the definitive book on how to use the unstoppable force that dwells within you. So I got a little clip that he also had with it as well. I brought this up maybe about a year and a half, couple years ago. I know we brought it up, and when I came on a show with it, didn't nobody really know what it was. I even had experience where I was doing semen retention at one point in time in my life, and I remember I told this chick that, and she asked if I was gay because I was practicing dick discipline. So I told her, it was something I stumbled across. I wanted to give it a try to see if it was beneficial at the time. So let's go ahead and play this clip and let's talk about it. Let me get you guys' thoughts on it. And I think it is important for people to understand because it may be beneficial to somebody that's watching. So here we go. Let me play this clip.
Of sex is the most powerful of all emotions, and it is nature's great creative instrument with which all species of living things are perpetuated. The proper means of self-discipline of the emotion of sex is transmutation, the control and direction of this great emotional feeling toward the attainment of worthy purposes, such as the fulfillment of one's major purpose in life. The great leaders, artists, orators, industrialists, and professional people have learned the art of sex transmutation through the proper system of self-discipline. Because of the delicacy of the subject of sex emotion, I am limited as to the information I can give you about it on this visit. But I have covered the subject much more in detail in some of my books.
All right. Let's go ahead and dive into a semen retention. I think a lot of the brothers are familiar with it. Who would like to go first on this? What are your thoughts? You want to add something to it? Let's discuss.
I could go first. 30 days sounds good, but it's not that impressive. When you do it for an entire year, then you could talk. I say that because I did it for a year myself. And at first I thought it was bullshit, but I was determined to kind of stay focused. And this was during like COVID. And during that journey, I had not only transformed my whole body, but also my mindset too. I stayed a lot focused. There was a lot of things that I got done. I like doubled my salary. I bought a bunch of properties. I was just so grounded in what I needed to do and got rid of all the distractions. But you will be so surprised how much sex plays a huge role in our thinking, daily or weekly. And sort of like when you're able to kind of eliminate that, you'll see how much stuff you could get done and get focused. But yeah, 30 days is good, especially if you have if you're just starting off. But if you could do it for longer, especially if you have a long-term goal, you'll be surprised what you can accomplish.
All right.
Man, I got so many questions, man. God damn, Blue. So did you have any female contact? I mean, no conversation was. Damn.
I had female conversations, but it was like sparingly. It wasn't like I was always in like outside of like business or just work. Not a whole lot. Just conversations and visiting family. I was just really determined to lock down. But I'm not gonna lie, it was hard. That shit was hard. That is hard.
Congratulations to you, bro. I couldn't do it. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it real fast.
A lot of cold showers.
Yeah, I can imagine. But voluntarily doing it, no, I could. There's no way I could do it. I hated when I first got on campus at Murray State. I had no choice because I was in my drought season, right? And so, I mean, I didn't know hardly anybody up there, and only one of the people was up there was a bunch of hard ankles and a few other athletes and football players and basketball teams. So, for like 3 months, I had no choice to go without. Now, I guess I didn't do it fully because I was beating my meat. I know y'all didn't want to hear it, but I'm just keeping it honest. But once the campus opened up, oh man, everything was available and it was all good. So, yeah, but I couldn't imagine going a year. I couldn't imagine going 30 days, but I did it somehow, some way. But again, I guess I didn't completely do it because I relieved myself during that period. But yeah, that takes a lot of willpower, man. So anybody could do it, man. Hey, shout out to you guys.
But y'all want virgins. Let's go ahead.
Quick question: when we talk about semen retention, does that include like zero contact, or that's just you not releasing?
No, you're just not releasing. It doesn't mean you
Okay.
can't talk to women or be in proximity of women. I'm just
No,
talking
but I mean
about.
like you can have sex essentially as long as you don't nut. I'm just trying to understand, how it
Oh
works.
shit!
Like,
Wow.
because
like
because like tantric sex is like that. Like tantric sex is about like you can have sex but you don't nut. So it's like that's something that you do on semen retention, or is it more like a type of thing where you just abstain from sex as well? So is it like abstinence or is it just not nutting?
That's like putting somebody in a Bugatti and saying you can't drive it though, but you sit in the driver's seat.
Exactly.
I'm just trying to get clarity. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to fully understand how the system works.
Yeah,
Clap,
it's
that's
just
what we're here for, baby. That's what we're here for.
you can have sex. It has nothing to do with it's semen retention. The practice of semen retention is purely the abstaining of ejaculation.
Okay.
Yeah, but ain't no way I'm gonna get the party started and I can't finish. That ain't no goddamn good.
That ain't.
Yeah, that ain't for me, man. I'm a no-go.
That sounds like a very unsafe way to go about things.
I'm just gonna get myself out the way, bro. I ain't never retained no semen, bro. I'm just gonna get myself out the way. So,
Like, is there any particular reason why? It's just...
I've tried to do the semen retention thing, but I don't think I've been very successful at it.
I'll tell you
I think the longest I went was maybe like 3 weeks to like a month. Bro,
my problem is I enjoy a variety of vagina. Can't retain no semen under those circumstances, bro. It just don't work out. It's a conflict of interest. Not anymore, but I did enjoy a variety of vagina. Not anymore.
My thing with the semen retention thing too, right, is like I understand that it can have these effects, right? But there's two things that kind of confuse me about it, because it's like, all right, if I'm just wanting to nut the whole time, like, how is not nutting gonna help me? Like, you get what I'm saying? Because that's all I'm gonna be thinking about. But then, yeah, like pretty much that. I kind of lost my train of thought for the other one, so I'm gonna bring the other one back.
It'll definitely help you last longer.
This is true.
You got to stop yourself.
The second part, it just came back to me. Okay, so like if it's so effective, right, to be on semen retention, then incels should be crushing it. You know what I'm saying? Because they not getting nothing, so they should be killing it, and that's not necessarily the case, right? So it's like all the dudes that are incels that's not getting none. That's what they want. They want to get some.
I think it plays a factor if there's a choice in the matter. An incel is involuntarily celibate. That means they want it and they can't have it, versus somebody who can get it and they abstain from it. So I think that's the difference.
But agree.
It's
But
still
the benefits though, shouldn't they be like
retention, though.
Superman accomplishing all type of great stuff, making all type of money? Because
not if you want it. If you want it and you can't get it, you think like that's a totally different mindset.
Look here, but still retention. At the end of the day, it's still retention. I'm sure Lou wanted it, but he had a goal that he was set on. So it is what it is.
Fellas, you guys, the
I
phrase
don't know.
is called semen retention, not jack off retention, not busting nut, not incels are heavy on Pornhub. They're watching X videos all day long. They're jacking off and nutting all day long. They're busting nuts 3 times a day. They just not having sex. Incels don't have sex. It doesn't say incels don't bust nuts. So remember, this is semen retention. This is do not ejaculate. Your semen, you are not nutting. Incels are nutting. They just not nutting in women. So,
all right, let me go to Stanza. What are your thoughts about it, sir?
Yeah, this just don't seem like something I'm interested in at all. Like retention, I don't want nothing to do with that. Like I live in Atlanta, there's women all over here. Like this is a no-go for me. I think it's a rumor. I've had sex and went to the gym and had a great workout. Like this is a rumor. I think a lot of guys use this as an excuse, like when they're going through a drought, I'm doing semen retention. Nah, you just not getting no shorties right now. That's just what it is. But I'm not interested in this at all. And this seems like something that'd be very difficult for the young guys. Like if you in college or you in high school, like how you gonna do this? It's like a free for all in college. So this seems like something very, very difficult to do for the younger guys.
This is interesting, man. What you got on the Sweeney?
I actually was thinking about this from an interesting perspective, right? So I've seen not only did the video the guy spoke very strongly about semen retention, but Luis did as well. And I seen the fellas nodding their heads. And it got me to thinking, if we need semen retention, if that's something that we think that we should value, does that mean, and he brought up emotion, he said sexual emotions. Does that mean that men are emotionally affected by sex or the lack thereof?
The lack of sex affects men. Like if you're not getting none, that's when you get mad, you get frustrated, you easily triggered. When you have sex, you chilling. After you bust, you good. You can focus. You can write your paper.
And then
young blood. I don't know. I had an old dog walking chick, and I regret it every time I think about it. Yeah, there's sometimes you might regret some of the women you might have been with. I know for me.
That's true. I ain't gonna lie.
Then also, does that throw a monkey wrench in the idea of post-nut clarity?
Maybe not. Maybe you just think clearly in general.
That's what I'm saying. So like, because if we're saying this, if we're saying that you can move better, you can think better, you know what I mean, you can accomplish hundreds of things in a day, you can become a better man, then doesn't that also mean that you can possibly find a better woman if you by choice abstain from, you know what I mean, ejaculating or having sex with a woman, and you kind of think of her from a different perspective? I'm just saying. I'm just asking.
No, when you bust, your mind is clear. Sure. Your mind is clear. After you bust, you can think clearly. So you see the world from what it really is. When you didn't bust, you confused. You don't have no clarity. You got to let go of that so you can see what's really going on.
Sweeney, you asked a very complex, in-depth, important question. I don't give a shit, though. I never want to find out. I'm never going to have a testimony about what you just asked, bro. I'm never going to have one.
Hey, there ain't no wrong answer to the question.
I think there's a point to that, though. I think there's a point to that. I think the question, has some merit because, a lot of times, from a religious perspective, right? When people are trying to build a, I guess, more spiritual relationship, a lot of times a part of that process is abstaining from sex for a while to build a more, emotional, I guess, or intellectual connection. I don't know how viable it is, but I think it sounds like it could make sense. If you're meeting somebody under the pretext that you want to bust a nut, and once you bust a nut, of course, nut clarity or whatever the case is going to be like, yo, post nut clarity. There we go. Of course, post nut clarity is going to tell you like, I don't really like this person because you was only in it to get a nut. But then if you're not really focused on nutting, you might really be more focused on finding someone that aligns with like, your time, the type of things you like to do, your interests, you might have more fun with them just on a innocent kind of level. You know what I'm saying? So I could see the benefit of that.
Because I was going to ask, think about how many things you largely ignore just because you're trying to get that, just because you're trying to bed that woman, just because you're trying to bone her. Like you might ignore a lot of things that you and waste your time. Because even if you did get that, even if you did get the box, that means you had to deal with a lot of different stuff with that chick beforehand. Maybe she was a little more argumentative. Maybe she got on your nerve a little bit. Maybe she didn't talk to you enough. You know what I mean? All of us has been there. All of us have been there where there was that one chick where you was like, damn, she fine as hell. But she may have had a little more attitude on it than your other, you know what I mean? But maybe this is just me asking, if you had that semen retention mindset, maybe you would have caught that a lot sooner. But like, you know what? I ain't got to deal with her at all. You just skip right past the attitude and you find, you know what I mean? And I'm just asking.
I think there's some truth to that though, because like I've seen a meme definitely where it's like, a dude sent the girl a text and then he was up waiting for the text and he ended up like beating off. So like she texts him back, but he's fast asleep. He's not even thinking about shorty. So I think that makes sense.
But you just said he beat off, bro. So that kind of
no. But what I'm saying is, if he wasn't even trying to get the nut and the nut isn't even the focus on his mind, then I could see the same outcome happening. Like I don't really need to talk to you right now. I'm not really trying to get a nut right now. So what am I wasting my time with you for? Whereas this other girl over here might actually be fun to talk to. So he'd be like, hey, why am I going to talk to this girl? She got a fat ass, but I don't need a nut right now. But this girl's interesting.
What you're saying, I agree with, but I think it's different from what he's talking about. He's talking about not getting a nut. I'm saying like what you saying, bro. At one point, when I was about to hook up with chicks when I was younger, I would, you know what I'm saying? I would get me one by myself, and that determined what I was gonna do. You know what I'm saying? If I was gonna go get up with her or not. And I think that's completely different from what he's saying. He's talking about it ain't no nut. You know what I'm saying? You just, you know what I'm saying? And to Sweeney, to you, bro, if there's no prospect to getting the coochie, I'm not fucking with her. Period. None of them. So in that case, I wouldn't fuck with no chick. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit. I mean, hey, like I said, there's no wrong answer to this. I was just asking questions.
I know Ricky been sitting back.
So under that mindset, is the only value to these ladies the coochie? Is that the only thing that they bring to the table?
I'm just listening.
I'm saying with that mindset, because he's saying like, you know, if he couldn't smash, he wouldn't be interested in them, right? So I'm saying like, with that mindset, is that the only thing that the ladies are bringing? Is the coochie? Like, is that the only thing we like about them? Is the coochie? That's it?
But it enhances everything else. Everything else is only interesting if I'm trying to get the coochie.
Interesting.
So, I mean, you know, who wants a steak with no salt and pepper? You know what I'm saying? You know, steak.
It's just meat. It's just meat at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Eating my shit.
I'm not eating steak without salt and pepper.
Only saturate on that shit, bro.
Hey, whatever works for you, man. Shit, I ain't trying to count with no man nut going. Hey, if that works for you to focus, hey, knock yourself out, kiddo. But if that was the case, you know, all the monks would be head of Fortune 500 companies. You see what I'm saying? It's just about, I mean, discipline shouldn't take you not nutting. You're supposed to have discipline in the first place. You see what I'm saying? The same way you can accomplish that by not nutting. You can accomplish that by nutting. It's all time and how you spend it, right? But I want to address that tantric bullshit. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Ain't no way you just let me stick the head in, nigga. Get the fuck out of here, bro. You nutting. I seen this.
No. Well, tantric sex is about not nutting to have a better nut later.
Right. But
so it's like delaying the nut for like a super nut.
But you're gonna nut, nigga. Let's keep it a bean. Right. So it's like I seen this thing on Instagram today. This girl said she's a sexually active virgin.
What? I don't understand. My brain doesn't.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying, right? As far as the tantric stuff, right?
Someone in the chat said edging. I think that's what it's called, edging. What I was talking about. It's kind of this tantric is kind of like edging. Yeah.
That's right. A sexually active virgin. She said she's a virgin, but she's sexually active. That's what tantric sex sounds like. We fucking, but not really. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, she giving head.
That's what I was thinking. So
she taking it in the back door and giving head. That's what she doing.
I was just about to say that.
She doing what the Catholic school girls do.
Go ahead, Luis. I seen you came off the mic.
No, I was just saying, I think she's involved in other activities outside of just sex, but I'm going to leave that right there.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, shit, like, don't knock it till you try it, man. Don't knock it till you try it.
Hey, you trying it, JR?
I have tried it.
No, that's not the question, nigga. Don't move past the question. I said, are you trying it right now at this moment?
I always like to be focused.
So whenever you do semen retention, right? Whenever you do semen retention, can you now like levitate things with your mind and shit like that? Like can you walk on hot coals and all that type of shit?
I haven't tried that.
Prince Donnell, he wrote that because he's probably fighting with his wife right now. That's what that was. Because you know they go back and forth, and he has a whole jumping jack tax thing, and he's a really good.
I never seen a jumping jack tax in all my life. Me either. I've been across the whole country. I ain't seen one.
But he's probably probably feuding with his wife right now. He writes some shit like that. And Napoleon Hill, who wrote Think and Grow Rich, the white guy in the old video, he wasn't advocating semen retention. He was talking about dick discipline with women, so young men can focus on their goals. He wasn't really speaking specifically about semen retention. Scientifically, there's no benefit to semen retention. They've done studies, and hasn't been anything that really came out of it. You know, semen retention, the best that is done is given a small spike in testosterone, like after a couple weeks, and then it levels out. So even if you was to bust a nut right afterwards, nothing changes. So the whole thing about I'm gonna go a month, I'm gonna go a year, I'm gonna go 3 months, and all of that, it's just a waste of time because there's no advantage to it. You know, it's the attribution of self-control is what semen retention is about. Really, semen retention was created by people who just lack self-discipline. Because scientifically, there's no benefit. And there's people, a lot of people, you know what it is? It's cognitive dissonance. It's a physical incarnation of cognitive dissonance, meaning because I'm not nutting, I'm doing better over here, which is where you would have done better over there anyway if you had self-discipline. And you could have been fucking every night. But because you couldn't do that on your own, you decided to attribute your self-control to lack of busting a nut. Now you suddenly think that you're making more money. You think that you're doing better in school. You think that you're more focused. You think your skin is more clear. Your eyes are more white. That's all bullshit. You're eating better. It's because you think, that's the cognitive dissonance. You think that you're doing things better because of this, whereas you're doing them because you're just becoming more disciplined at doing what you're trying to do. It has nothing to do with not busting a nut, not scientifically. Metaphysically, I'll give it to you. But biologically, no, there's nothing there. So for those that just like, man, I just can't get out of bed in the morning, so I'm going to stop busting a nut. Now I'm waking up. I'm suddenly up at 4 o'clock every day. You're only getting up because you think that by not busting a nut, that's what's doing it. But you're doing it because you're now disciplined and you're just attributing it to something else.
So Shannon, quick question. You're basically saying that it's basically a confidence boost that you're getting from accomplishing the task of not busting a nut, because that's the goal you set. So by setting the goal of not busting a nut and accomplishing that, you're really getting the confidence boost from that. It has nothing to do with not busting a nut.
That's exactly it. And you have to do something better because you'll feel that you've wasted your time. That's what, cognitive dissonance is. I bought this car. I know I wasted money on it, but I'm telling everybody it's the best car in the world because I know I wasted money on it. Well, I'm fucking working out harder and I'm getting a better pump in at the gym because I'm not busting a nut. Because if I don't, then I feel like I'm wasting my time by not busting a nut. So you nailed it. That's exactly what it is, Cloud.
I want to ask one more question too. Okay, so now, would you say there's some viability to like, okay, you definitely lose a lot of energy when you nut. You might get, for me, I'm knocking out after I nut. So could one make the argument, right, that at least on a basic level, that if you're busting less nuts, you'll have a little bit more energy to accomplish other tasks?
How long are you sleeping after you nut?
Me?
Are you sleeping where you would have slept anyways? Because you fucked at 7 o'clock at night and you went to bed anyway? Because you would have went to sleep anyway. Do you
depends on the quality of the nut. I mean, a quality nut, I might be out for a good 10 hours. You feel me?
Well, see, some people busting a nut is not the same as getting the itis. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And ingesting a whole lot
or a full long
MSG
tryst. You know what I mean? Or like a full long tryst. You know what I'm saying? Having sex with your girls. Going stop and go for an hour 45 minutes. It's busting a nut. How long it take you to bust a nut?
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying after you bust a nut,
that's what
you lose a lot of energy, right?
I hear what you're saying though, but what I'm saying is this: you could bust a nut, get up and go cut the grass.
Yeah, because
get up and go wash your car. You see what I'm saying?
If you bust a nut at 2 o'clock in the afternoon,
depending on what time,
and it didn't take you much to do it. I'm not saying. See, having sex for men is tiring in and of itself. So a lot of times we think, oh, I busted that nut, I'm asleep. Or you just tired yourself out from fucking for the last 20 minutes.
I was just about to say, because ain't no way you could tell me that if you jerk off for 5 minutes, bust a quick nut, that you can't go out there and play football.
Exactly. Because if you jack off or you get a blowjob, you ain't saying, oh, I need to go take a nap now. But if you fucking for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and you putting it in, you sweating, and you put it in work on
men do a lot of work,
you might sleep all night long.
The men do a lot of work.
That's a fair argument. Like, you might need to go see your doctor after that.
So I think what Shan was getting to when he mentioned attribution, I think that is the thing. And that's so. Say for instance, that's why I don't believe in karma, because there's no way to attribute one thing to a subsequent thing. There's no way. We can, we can try to, but we really can't. There's no way to do that. And so there's no way to say. And Shannon asked a good question. Like, if you were sleepy anyway, if it was at 11 o'clock at night or shorty sliding throughout the club, nigga, you going to sleep anyway. You know what I mean? You can't attribute that to that. Nigga, you were sleepy. You feel me? And so I'm saying, like, real talk, have you clapped some cheeks in the middle of the day and just went to sleep, Cloud?
Yeah, hell yeah, that's happened. Some good cheeks. Oh yeah, I've definitely had shit planned to do for the day. Listen, I've definitely had shit planned during the day. Got some cheeks during the day, and that was the end. That was it. Nothing got done. Productivity was over. I've had that happen at night too. Like at night, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna just take a, bust these cheeks, take a quick little nap, then I'm gonna get up and go do this late night work. Nah, it's not happening. Especially with some quality cheeks. You feel me?
Clout. Now let's flip that. Now, have you ever went and selfed yourself and was like, man, I gotta go to sleep after that?
Hell yeah.
You lying your ass off.
That's absolutely depending on the time of the day. You feel me? Depending on the time of the day, depending on the clip. If the clip was fire,
I think I missed it, man. I think what Cloud's doing after he's done, man, he's spooning. Man, that's all. Just say it, Cloud. Don't feel bad about it.
Hold on. Y'all got something against that? Like, what's wrong with a little spoon?
I ain't nothing wrong with it, man. So I said, don't be ashamed.
A little spooning, you feel me?
Hey, Cloud, I'm gonna just say this, bro. If that's happening to you, you're doing way too much work.
Snatch your soul, bro.
Listen, I'm saying exactly. Sometimes your soul just get took from you. You feel me? And you got to recuperate. You gotta get a good nap in, gotta get some vitamins and minerals and all that. Get yourself back together, bro. You know what I mean? Take a Gatorade, vitamin water, you feel me?
Hand and palm of needle doing that to you, bro.
Listen, Fistina's fire, you heard? Depending on the clip. Okay? Depending on the clip, the time of day, how long it been backed up.
Wow, I can't do it, bro.
He up in the bed with his hair spooming like this.
Bro, I didn't have those 3 ways, you know what I'm saying? Nah, bro. I don't know. I can't do it.
Y'all acting like y'all never fell asleep after a nut. That's crazy to me. I'm not the only one.
Not after my hand.
When I was sleepy, yeah. Other than that, shit, nah.
Shit, all right, man. Well, shit.
My hand ain't never worked that hard. Well, I was like, man, I got to go to sleep after this one.
Man, look at Jay Stanley, like, I don't know what y'all talking about, man.
Oh God, I have no idea. I ain't never went to sleep after jacking off. For real. I put the play
out here like, man,
y'all might not be doing it right. I don't know. It's not my business. You feel me?
He in the bed speaking sweet nothings to his hand.
I don't know. That's not my business.
Move on that, man. Y'all.
Hey, hold on, JR. Hey, y'all ever seen The Little Giants?
Huh?
The movie The Little Giants?
Nah.
With the football, y'all remember the kid that couldn't catch any footballs? That's how Big Clout be looking at his hands like, come on, fellas.
Stop. Y'all crazy, man.
Yeah, he said Festina. Never forget that one, man. You guys just tuning in. Welcome to King Talk. Make sure to hit the like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. A few super chats came through. Brother Ali says salute to all the great brothers on the panel. Salute King Talk. Salute to you, sir. Welcome back. The Connections 499. Also a member. Great point, Sweeney and Clout, but men want sex over spiritual connection. BZ Baby Zaddy $2 says define quality cheeks for the people in the back. What is quality cheeks, Clout?
Quality cheeks is like the type that put you to sleep. You feel me? Like quality cheeks is the type that it's so good that you could nut, but you don't want to nut yet because you just want to enjoy it some more because it's just so good. That's quality cheeks.
Nigga, it sound like all the cheeks put you to sleep.
Nah, man. I just go for the quality. You feel me? Quality over quantity.
If your own hand getting you off, man, every cheeks is quality.
Listen, man.
And Kelly, sex for men.
I know what I like. You heard?
A spiritual connection. Sex for men is a spiritual connection.
199 against Festina. Quality cheeks, quality nuts.
Yo, JR ain't cool in the chat. Saying a bunch of old nasty ass niggas.
Let's go ahead and get into our next topic of the night. Hit that like button, family. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We offer semen retention, and we're going to talk about asking your woman for permission. Don't ask her for permission. We're going to play this clip.
ass is gonna go ask your wife for permission to go do something to make yourself the fucking better man and finally find out who the fuck you are and what you're made of and start living life the way you should be living? You're gonna go ask her for permission? Like the word permission comes out. They're asking their wife for permission. Oh, I gotta talk to my wife. Like automatic, it comes out. Fucking pathetic. I need her permission? To me, that's not a fucking man. Like you don't have that respect or trust. She knows I'm not gonna make some bonehead move. She has the trust and respect in me as the leader of the house, as the man, the way it should be. I don't need to ask for permission. I showed up with a dog, a second dog one day, just popped up with a dog. It's like, cool, Ricky's here now. I said, meet Ricky. Meet Ricky. I didn't have to ask her.
Nigga said Ricky's here. That was hilarious.
Oh shit. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna go ahead and go to you first, Lou. What are your thoughts about it, sir?
I was about to go first, but go ahead, Luke.
Shit. You know, it's interesting. I had asked somebody a week ago about that. I was like, yo, if you're in a relationship with somebody and a decision needed to be made, and you know, do you feel comfortable with your person making that decision? And they responded back to me like, no, I feel like we should make it together. And sort of that's the bridge point where I kind of separate. Because I do agree with the gentleman in the video. I think that you need to be at some point in that relationship where you could make decisions independently of that person, especially if it's a self-development decision, right? If you need to buy something, you need to get something, when you're making a decision for what's better for you or the household, you know, you need to be able to, you know, have that autonomy to move that. You know, this whole like, let me go ask my wife if I could purchase this, or let me go ask my person if I could go here. It's almost like a form of emasculation, right? It's like you still need permission or validation from another party to do something. Now, I mean, I think there are big decisions where it needs to be talked about, but I think for the most part, you need to be able to kind of move in a seamless way, knowing that you have their trust and best interests at heart.
All right, go ahead, Sweeney.
All right, so the only time I've ever said that is if it was some shit I didn't want to do. They say, when in doubt, blame your wife. So they be like, that's the only time I've ever been like, man, let me go ask my wife this. I never call that dude again or call that person again. That's just a way of married men being able to say no without having to tell these fools no. I mean, am I lying or am I flying?
Hey, boy, you telling the truth, bro.
I've done it before. I've done it before.
Telling the truth. You're trying to spare somebody's feelings. We don't care what she say. But
because if it's some shit I want, I'll get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Always the shit I don't want, what I'll be like, let me go ask my wife. I got to ask my wife about that. It's never the things that I want, because if I want it, I'm getting it. And then I'll tell her later.
On top of that, too, he seems like he's trying too hard. He seems like he's trying too hard to feel like this alpha male type of guy. And somebody probably body slamming his chick when he ain't around. So.
No, you know who he sounds like? He sounds like that partner that you got that get mad that you don't go out as much as you used to. Man, why can't you come hang out no more, man? You're the man. He sounds like that person that can't do that. You know what I mean? That he mad at all his friends that went and got married on him. He's still the only single dude, the old nigga in the club. You know what I mean? It don't look good no more. You ain't got your friends to go half on the bottle with you no more, so you got to pay for the whole thing. You can't be the wingman no more. Your homeboys ain't, you know what I mean? The dudes that used to be able to get the chicks in the club, you can't get them, so you needed them to come up in there and be your wingman or whatnot. That's what he sound like.
All right. Go ahead, Stans. Let me get your thoughts, Stans.
Man, I know it's different when you married, but if you just dating, you never ask your girl for permission to do nothing. Like, she gonna automatically think you a punk. In my opinion, she like, oh, he asking me. Then she gonna feel like she had that power over you. When you get married, it's a little different. You know, that's a whole different situation. But to me, when I hear somebody say, oh, I gotta ask the old ball and chain, I'm like, oh man, dude, I don't even want to hear nothing about that. Straight up. But I know it's different when you married, but I never advocate asking a woman for permission to do nothing, period.
So you said
the video presented this guy like it was
You gotta say it again. I couldn't hear you.
I said, when you get married, are you gonna ask for permission then?
No, I'm gonna be like, all right, what you think about this? Like, babe, what you think about this? But I'd rather make the wrong decision than ask my wife for permission. I'd rather do something she's not happy with, and then we argue about it later. I just have a problem with the whole permission thing. I can't do it.
There's a difference in asking for permission and giving somebody a heads up or just running something by somebody, letting them know like, hey, I'm about to do this. It's not saying, can I do this? I'm saying I'm about to do this. So you're aware. I'm not asking your permission. So I think those are
right. Like if I want to, like, hey, like I'm married, I want to go hang out with my homies. We going to watch the game. Hey, babe, you think I can go watch the game? I'm not doing that. Hey, I'm gonna go watch the game. I don't want you to go. Oh well, but I'm going anyway. Like something like that. I know you're gonna be mad about it later. We can argue about it later. But I'm still going.
So, young blood, you gonna do shit just to argue about it, but sometimes it may not be worth it. You understand what I'm saying?
I get it, but it's just like I feel like women, they have this thing with control. As soon as they think, oh yeah, I got him under my control. As soon as you bend to her will a little bit, I think it just goes straight to their head and they take it overboard, in my opinion.
But let me tell you who the ones they control the most, the ones who think like what you just thinking right now. Because what she'll do is, because you ain't got that semen retention, she'll throw a thing in your face. Come on home, I got something special for you. And your ass be right there, nose wide open. Fuck your boys. You ready to go get that ass.
That's just me. That's just my opinion. I know it's different when you're married, but in terms of the dating, I never ask for permission for any woman I deal with. I do what I want to do, straight up, anytime. And even if it's the wrong thing or the right thing, I'm still gonna do what I think is best, in my opinion.
Rick, you got to chime in on this, man.
To take in context what he said in the betterment of yourself, why you have to ask permission. I totally agree. Why I gotta ask you permission is something that's gonna make me better or make us better. I ain't gotta ask you permission for that. I don't. Right. And again, in what context? Whose wheelhouse is it? Is it my wheelhouse or is it her wheelhouse? You see what I'm saying? When something going on with the house and I look at it like, okay, for example, right? My wife handles the groceries, right? And if I want to make a steak and we only got one steak left, I'm gonna ask, can I make this steak? Right? Did you have a plan for that? Is that for dinner? Y'all see what I'm saying? Right? But everything else that's in my way, no, I'm not asking. I'll run it by you. Hey, I'm about to do this. I'm about to do this. Right? Not can I do this? Nah, don't go like that. It just don't go like that. I mean, bringing I see what you said, Tap. Bringing a dog home. Who paying for it? Whose house is it? Who paying the bills? Who gonna be responsible for the dog? Right? If the context is that, and again, I'm just assuming, right? If the context is that he run that household and he take care of the dog, he responsible for the dog food. He the one who makes sure the dog get walked. Why I gotta ask your permission for it? You just a third party. Yeah, you my girl, but you just a third party. I'm the one who's gonna be responsible for it. And if you don't like it, that's something you don't like, but I'm still gonna do it. All right. But yeah, I mean, permission, like, we not children, right? Like, we're not children. Like, permission, nah, that's too drastic of a word for me. Like, we grown at the end of the day, and if I mean, what it really comes down to is the trust factor in a relationship, right? If you gotta act, that means you don't trust your own judgment, or it's questionable that your decision making skills ain't up to par, right? My girl know I'm not gonna never do nothing to jeopardize us in this house. So if I say it's a go, it's gonna be a go. If I say I'm gonna go get her to do this, I already made plans and provisions for it, because I'm not gonna put nothing above us that's gonna put us in no bind or no bad way, right? So again, it's, you know, your girl trusts you. Have you given her reason not to trust you? That's all I got on.
Yeah, when he said that dog, I think that dog thing a little bit extreme. You bring a dog in the house, I think that needs to be a conversation. I ain't gonna just bring that damn dog in.
That's tricky though. What if you buy somebody, your daughter or your wife, a puppy as a gift? Then it would need to be a conversation. You know what I mean? So there are circumstances where it's not a conversation.
But I think that's where like you said, who's taking care of the dog? Because y'all are absolutely right. If I'm bringing the dog in as your gift and I'm expecting you to take care of it, then obviously I got to run it by you to let you know, like, hey, look, I'm about to buy you a dog. And she'd be like, well, who's gonna take care of it? And I'd be like, you are.
Then
She's like, no, I don't want no dog. And now you gotta sit there and rethink about your gift.
I mean, but you're gonna have an indication
If you're responsible for the decision, it don't matter.
You would know.
Yeah.
What you want.
If she wanted a dog.
Yeah, you'll know she wanted a dog. Ain't nobody just
true
bringing a dog out of nowhere.
I'd
oh, look at that puppy.
rather you buy the dog, bring it home, and she don't want it. You gotta take it back.
Man, you can't just be bringing dogs
Bring
home and
the
they
dog
gotta take
home.
it
If you don't want it, I'd rather you bring the dog home.
back. They're just making irresponsible decisions at that point.
We need crazy. Nah, I feel Jay. Now, I mean, like if it's your daughter, man. Yeah, I mean, if she wants a dog, I mean, get a puppy. Let her and your wife figure out who's gonna take care of it.
Listen,
and maybe that means you end up walking it. I don't know, well, who knows? But you just kind of figure that out later.
I had to learn the hard way, man. I had somebody gave me a dog. I was out of college. That motherfucker like a baby, man. That motherfucker, I had to set that motherfucker outside and kept whining. I'm like, God damn, like I'm about to get the dog back. I couldn't deal with that shit, man. That's like having a goddamn child. That thing was whining. I didn't want to be responsible, but I felt like I was held down.
I'm glad my neighbors' dogs don't bark all that much.
Well, look here, we got to be honest. Look, everybody in the house going to end up taking care of that dog. So if we say you're going to put it all on one person, we all going to be responsible. Whether I might have to take it to the vet one day, you know what I'm saying, or let him out because I wake up at 5:30 in the morning. That dog got to go bathroom. I'll be out there. Come on, boy. And we out there, you using the bathroom. Shit, I might piss out in the goddamn backyard right along with him. Fuck it.
Go ahead, Shan. What's your thoughts about it, man? Don't ask for permission.
The guy in the video, his overreaching point was about trust, like Ricky mentioned. That's really all he's really saying, But think about it, man. And as men, let's not get too caught up on words. That's kind of what women do. So he's using permission, and that's a trigger word. That's almost triggering for some men the way submission is for women. Oh, permission. Who? I'm not gonna ask, but consult, inform, collaborate. When things affect the quality of life of other people, you typically want to consult, inform, collaborate with them, because what your decisions that you're making affects those other people, and it affects their quality of life. So he's like talking about a dog, but if he's taking it, he looks like he's somebody that might live in fucking North Dakota, so maybe just bringing another hound dog to the farm is no big deal, and he'll take care of it from there. But if you're talking about something like rearranging the living room furniture, or repainting the entire kitchen, or buying a new car and adding a new car note to the family bills every month, simply because you got a raise, and you just saying, well, I ain't asking for no permission, I wanted to go out and get this on my own. It depends, man. And that's why your mileage may kind of vary. Permission is what a lot of husbands fall into because they want to keep domestic harmony at home. And over time, they just say, man, let me just ask her, because if I don't, I may not have to ask her, but I ain't gonna get no pussy this week. She ain't gonna, I'm gonna get cold TV dinners. It's gonna be quiet rides home. And I don't want to deal with that. So it's better I ask and still get what I want anyway. It's just how you work your woman. How do you work your girl? So ultimately, if you're the head of the household, does your girl trust you? That's what the whole question. That's exactly what Ricky was talking about. Is it about her trusting in the decisions that you guys make? Are you going to just change the damn dining room table because you found a sale at IKEA and you just want to change the shit out and it doesn't go with anything that she designed? Because maybe she designed it. That's kind of, to a degree, that's kind of fucked up. But are you going to stand on and say, well, it's just because I don't want to ask no permission? So as head of household, we move autonomously to make the right decisions to keep everybody safe and sound. But if we change in the quality of life of somebody else, you don't have to ask permission, but it's good to consult, because you know what? Your girl might know something that you don't know. You fuck around spending $1,000 and she had a $250 coupon. And it's like, damn, you spent $1,000, but Michael at my job had one for sale that's even newer than that, and he only wanted $750. But I didn't know, and you went out and did it without talking to me. So now we just wasted $250, and you got an older version. It's stuff like that. So Sean said, I'm letting you know what I'm getting ready to do. Not honey, may I? Nah, we don't, fellas, we not the honey, may I type. We don't do that. Not masculine men. We are, hey, babe, let me tell you what I'm getting ready to do. What you think? No different than the president calls upon his cabinet to give him advice as to the policies that he may make a decision on the nation. Let me hear what you got to say. I want to hear from my economists. I want to hear from my statisticians. I want to hear from my defense secretary. I want to hear from everybody. And then he goes and makes a decision. That's how men should move.
Shan, it's no different than what we talked about on another episode. Once again, be stubborn with your vision, be flexible with the details. If I say we're trying to get from Dallas to DC, I can get your input on how we get there, but we're going to fucking DC. You feel me? At the end of the day, we're going to DC. Now, you tell me how you want to get there. What's going to be comfortable for you? But this is where we're going.
I made that drive. It ain't that bad.
I agree with everything Shannon just said. I just wanted to add one thing, which is I wanted to say, I think it also comes down to knowing your woman. And this is something that I learned from my dad, actually. Like, I remember when I was growing up, my dad would actually talk to me and be like, he was like, yo, watch this. He wanted to change the kitchen one time. Watch this. I'm going to tell your mother exactly what I want to do to the kitchen, and she's going to say no. And he said, and she's going to say she's not going to like that. He said, I'm going to do it anyway, and she's going to love it. I thought he was crazy, right? He's talking to her about it at the dining table. She's like, I don't really like that color. I don't like this and that. I don't like that. He said, okay, cool. Little did she know he already bought the materials to get it done. It was all sitting in the shed. She had a trip coming up with work where she was like in Louisiana for like a week. As soon as he dropped off the airport, my dad got the sledgehammer out and started knocking shit down and doing construction. By the time she came back, the kitchen was completely different. When she came back, she was in love with it. And she completely said she wouldn't have wanted it. And it's like, we would have never got the kitchen changed ever because she was so attached to the way it was before if he didn't just knock it down and do what he thought was right. So I feel like it really boils down to really knowing your woman at the end of the day. I don't think you should ever have to ask permission. You can tell her what you're doing for sure if you want to, but if you really know your woman, then you kind of know what to do and how to maneuver, what she's going to like, what she's not going to like, and then you can make decisions based off that.
Well, for me, I don't agree with the permission stuff either. I'm all about running by her or consider her. You know what I'm saying? Consider her feelings. Like you said, you just got to know who you with and how she moves and how she acts and sometimes how she thinks. And so I would just consider her. You know what I'm saying? Be sensitive to what, her opinion, her input. Like you said, Shane, I don't want to miss out on that coupon that she might have had stashed away that's probably about to expire by next week, and I could use it. At $250 could go towards something else good. Maybe a new to get the dog his shots or whatever it needs, done.
Yeah, I think you guys made some good points, man. Kind of like what Shan said, I don't mind gathering information or different perspectives, but I'm gonna make the final decision. I think a wise man would have a few people around him that they could trust. I got two people around me that I trust, and I like hearing different perspectives because sometimes I may miss something. So I'm gonna run it past you, and I'm gonna see how it sounds, see if they thinking anything different, or maybe it might be something I might have missed, and I'm gonna make the final decision. The final decision always falls on me. So, but I do think people don't realize that it may be some things that you may not have seen or will never see. So whenever you encounter somebody like my best friend, he the person that holds me accountable. He the person that tell me about my shit. He the person that gives me a different perspective every single time. He's a trusted perspective. So whenever I need some insight, whenever I need to hear something different, I always go to him because I know that it's trusted. And that trust plays a key role when it comes to your decision making, when it comes to insight, when it comes to somebody filling in where it needs to be filled in at. So that's my thoughts on it. Anybody else got anything on this? We move on.
Yeah, I think we pretty much hit the nail on the head on this one.
Okay. Guys, just tuning in. Welcome to King Talk. Make sure you hit the like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. One super chat came through. Kelly Connections 49 said he's an idiot. Ricky will be in the pound the next morning. He should already be in his purpose before marrying. It's accountability to speak. You're not talking about you, Ricky. You're talking about the dog he refers to. Okay. Man, shout out to the chat, man. The chat is lit, man. I'm sitting here. I got the chat playing for you guys. I see some of y'all on the panel in the chat. Just make sure y'all don't have to feel like that hurt feelings report later. Hopefully nothing one said that was offensive. All you got to do is say, I'm offended, and that will trigger HR right there. Code word is red. So if you see anything that you're not comfortable with, the word red will signify stop. All right. We can do a debrief later, just in case something happened. I may have missed it. We'll do a debrief.
This is a safe space.
It is a safe space.
Banana split.
Pineapples.
I remember that episode.
You better not say that. That's gonna bring the swingers out, Brick Brother.
Wait, what?
What?
I wouldn't even know, man. I don't know.
Hey, I'm being vulnerable. I'm sorry. My bad.
Hit that like button. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Moving on to our next topic of the night. It was something that Tabitha Brown, you guys may know who she is, says she doesn't trust women around her husband. I know my husband is fine. I thought this was interesting looking at this dialogue, especially some of the comments that I seen. I'm going to go ahead and play this clip and get you guys' thoughts.
No, that my husband fine. Very easy on the eye. And the women be like, man, Auntie Tab, no disrespect. And I see the ones that y'all nasty, disrespectful to be in the DM. Okay, I'm going to throw that out there too.
Tab, stay on topic, man. Hey, yeah. Come on back here.
Okay? My eyes are big. I see it all. Okay? But no, I ain't gonna trust no woman around my husband. No, we can all be friends. Like you said, we all friends together. We friends together, right? Together. Come on in here. Girl, sit down. Then where your husband at? Where your wife at? Where your partner? Who you with? I need to know. What? Oh, you ain't got nobody. You sure don't. Not over here. Okay, with love, girl. Go about your business. Okay, you not gonna be here. I am very protective over my husband.
Was it me or did he seem like he was uncomfortable?
Man, she sound like she's the goddamn husband.
She sound like a whole bruh.
No, that wasn't uncomfortability, man. He was just sitting over there. He was trying to look cool, like, man, you messing up the flow right now, man. I like the ladies hollering at me right now. Chill out. That's what he looked like.
Remember that she retired him, just for context.
Oh, she did retire him.
Right.
Retired her husband. Yeah. So just for context.
How do you retire a man? I don't understand how that works.
But
got the bag and she retired him from work.
Basically, I think he was
they've been married for 20 years. So I think I read in the comments or something like that, they've been married for 20 years, which meant that whatever that they built it together. So it wasn't like it was already established before him. So does that make a difference, Sean?
That's a good question. That does make a difference, though. It does. But she did make an announcement that she was retiring her husband. And a lot of people had a lot of opinions on it. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Shit. Maybe she's strapping that nigga down. You know what I mean? Maybe he backdoor shorty. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe she the man over there. You know what I mean?
But Sean, that's what it sounds like she is, though.
She's actively competing for that role. That's all.
Yeah.
No, when
she sound like a whole man, though, man. I mean, to sit there and say, I retire my... Why did you need to make that announcement? Why did the public need to know this?
Exactly.
So in other words, you're just trying to...
No, when she said that...
She seemed like she's still doing little stuff to try to emasculate the man.
No,
I think she low-key trying to flex, though, on, like, other women. Like, yeah, like, I got that bag. I retired my husband. Like, y'all can't do that for him. I retired. He ain't got to work no more.
No,
maybe that's a flex for her, you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
When she said, hold on, y'all. When she said that she retired her husband, it was actually an ode to her husband, because he had did a lot. Like for the first 10, 15 years, he was going to work grinding every day while she was trying to get where she was going. And she said, when I finally made the money to be able to you know what I mean? Because she was like, I leaned on him the entire time. He worked really hard. So she was like, when I finally got the money, I was able to let my husband retire. Because she said for the better part of the last 20.
Sweeney? It's not necessary.
Energy. I like it.
It's not necessary for everybody to know what she did. Why? So to me, you just trying to subliminal message is what I'm seeing from this whole situation. From this whole video, talking about I don't trust no women. You sound like a whole dude.
She got to flex on the bitches. She trying to let the hoes know. She trying to let the hoes know she got the bag.
I don't respect my wife to say I retire me. And I'm not going to tell you I retire my wife anyway. I'm not going to make a big old to-do about it. It's not that big of a not to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Not that big of a deal. Why do I need to go on social media and make a public announcement? I retired my husband. The fuck's the benefit from that?
I don't think she's being malicious when she said that. I think she was.
I think given the circumstances, she was trying to show like she was trying to show like, yo, I gave back based off what he did. Like, this is what I could do for my husband.
Yeah, she was
based off the circumstances. It is a little aggressive though. I agree with you.
Entertainers got to say certain things. Remember, it's all publicity. It's good publicity in Hollywood. So she's an actress. You know, she's an actress. She's a social media personality. So when she makes those announcements, that really is a check, oftentimes, because I said this, and now these women can buy my book. So a lot of times it's all a publicity stunt. So if she's going out there, she's saying that. Then if she's saying it under the guise of my husband held me down when I was a starving artist, and now that now that I'm up, I want him to live the good life. That's really if that's what she's really saying in the context of that. That's what she's probably trying to sell. And then come see my next movie and shit. So just look at it from that point when it comes whenever you hear artists and actors and singers and shit talking stuff.
Nah, he gotta ask her for
I just got one.
No, y'all. I think y'all reaching on this one.
I just got one thing to say real quick. Stop simping, Sweeney.
Hey, how am I simping if I got nothing to gain from her? How am I simping?
My ears are bleeding over here. Listening to all this simping you doing. I'm trying to grade in peace.
Man, if you don't get your behind back off how am I simping? I ain't got nothing to gain from Miss Tabitha Brown. I ain't got nothing to gain from her.
That's a stretch. I honestly think, Hink, I understand your perception, but I think y'all stretching it. But isn't that what we want men to do, is to have women reciprocate the energy that we put into them? Right? He held her down when she was chasing her dream of being a social media star and an actress. Now, if even like I seen it when she announced it, she was basically giving that man his flowers. She wasn't trying to emasculate the man or shit on him. She was like, this man took care of me, and when I was able to do it, I retired him. My man don't gotta work, right? So I hear what you're saying, but context is everything. I just want to spread that along, right? Yeah. Hold on, let me finish.
Go ahead.
And two, in this case, all of y'all know ain't nothing a woman want more than a man that another woman won't. Nothing. She is simply stating the facts. Bitches, I see y'all. I know my man fine. Y'all ain't gonna be around my man without me here. No new friends, bitch. Ain't no new friends. Oh, you ain't got nobody. You single. You ain't gonna be around my man. That's what she's supposed to do. Right? Now, does it look out of place from the way we see it? Yeah, because again, we mentally conditioned to see certain things and interpret the way we are depending on our stance as men. Facts, I give y'all that, right? But in this case, no, bruh. She was telling them hoes in the DMs what's popping. She was telling them what's popping, right? So I hear what y'all saying, but on this one, nah.
Yeah, I think the reason why she had to say something, because I think she was being criticized and criticized from her followers and everything when they were talking about how much more money she was making than him. And it was like criticizing the dynamics of their relationship. So she had to come out and say, no, y'all don't realize my husband is the reason why I'm here today. So I think, and that's what created that conversation of her saying that she retired him, was because they were trying to criticize her for the fact that there was a difference in income or something like that, or that's what it was.
So the thing is, on the topic, so leaving the whole retired husband, getting on to chicks around, I know my husband fine. My thing is, the only issue I have with this is don't worry about the hoes, worry about your husband. Like, you don't trust women around your husband. Why? Why you don't trust hoes around your husband? Because your husband gonna fuck? That's where I'm coming from. This is almost like the same question we had 2 weeks ago, just in reverse. When we were like, you know, do you want guys? Do you care if other men want your what? Like, I know them niggas is hound dogs. I know she should know them hoes is gonna come for him. But is her husband solid with her? Is there some insecurities that she has within herself with that afro, with her size, that she's worried that her husband might smash, might knock down a couple of them when she ain't looking? And so her defense mechanism is to not necessarily check her husband because he'll leave, but let me keep these bitches away. So, because that's the only thing I got going for me. All I could do was keep them away and check his DMs and watch out and make sure that the wolves stay back. Because if I give him the opportunity to go smash these chicks, he will, and that's gonna hurt. But there's nothing. But I'm not gonna be who. I'm not gonna become the woman that my husband wants. That it won't matter about these hoes because he wants me, and that's the issue that I have with a lot of black women in particular. Because they're so worried about everybody else and not doing what not becoming what their man wants him to be. If you be who I want you to be, you ain't got to worry about these bitches. But far too often, people are falling off, getting big, don't care, not fucking, not sucking, not doing the things that she's supposed to do, and then is worried about the chicks that's around him because she knows his ass would taste that sweet honey if he could. So my only thing is, yeah, I see you looking at the girls and whatnot, but why are you not looking at your man? And if your man is looking at those girls, why is he? What do you know what I'm saying? That's why he ain't looking at you instead of looking at them chicks? That's the only issue I have with this.
Shanny, go for it.
I was gonna say, I don't think she has a problem with the women in his inbox. All she said was, "I see y'all." But when she made the comment about inviting them in the house, I don't think you should invite foxes in the hen house. So if she's saying, "Hey, look, I see y'all over there, y'all gonna shoot whatever y'all gonna do, but that don't mean you got to come in my house." And I think anybody will feel that way. You ain't gonna invite somebody that's been shooting a shot at your wife in your house to, you know what I mean? You just not.
But Sweeney, I think you gave that scenario. I think you gave that, but
your car can get stolen. You're gonna lock the door anyway. I get what you're saying.
I think she gave that scenario for a reason. Yeah, that scenario sounds personal. Yeah. Like somebody maybe actually did come through and maybe
yeah, she was.
I'm sure of it.
She was standing hard. She was standing there. She had to let him know whoever it was. It's like it was one person in particular, but she had to speak about multiple. But it was one person in particular. Like, I see you.
We've all had that lady in our life that came around.
Why was he looking uncomfortable? Was he like, I know that you're trying to holler. I caught him talking to you one late night. You know what else? What's the rest of the story? You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to know. What's the rest of the story? Why he on there like, oh, come on,
if you look,
why he doing all that?
To that DM, that's what it was, Chan.
I just rewatched it, right? When she said, "I see y'all women in his DM," he was like, "Tab, stay on topic, man." That's exactly what he said. There was something behind that. She didn't just say that out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? He was kind of, you know what I'm saying? He was kind of holding his face like, damn.
Wrong.
No, what he saw was they was probably, I think this was probably what may have been a live show or something like that. And she started seeing the comments coming in. "Oh my God, he's so fine. This, that, and the third. You got you a good one." And that was just him. He probably was a little embarrassed. Like, come on, babe.
I think it was a particular one. He was just hoping he doesn't say her tag name. That's the only thing he was hoping for.
Or that could be it too. Yep, that could be it too. It could have been a specific woman up in the comments.
Yeah, he had his hand. He had his face in his hand. I didn't even know he had a beard until he finally spoke, because he was just like, God damn.
Just let it go. Let it go.
All I know is he needed a new barber, man, because that taper was not on.
Oh yeah,
damn.
It's on the barber jokes.
Damn.
She ain't letting that man go to the barbershop by himself.
What's really right?
I don't think nobody paid attention to
She giving him his haircuts.
She like, "Nigga, sit down in the chair in the bathroom. I got you."
Sure, his shit waxed so nobody else want him.
So it seems like
Go ahead, Lou.
Yeah, it seems like we hit a lot of good points because I did catch on to his body language. Is he seemed uncomfortable? Like I thought she was gonna name drop the chick who was who was sliding into his DMs, or who who he might have interacted even in person, right? We don't even know what's behind the scene. Who's to say they haven't ran into each other at the coffee spot down the street? But I think one of the key components that I took away, especially in the beginning, I don't know if we hit about this. Do y'all have separate conversations about? Do you guys have conversations about separate friend groups, right? Because before you get into the relationship, you have a certain crew of friends. Do you now become? Does your person, your wife, become with their friends, right? It's not like this is my friend, and this has nothing to do with this relationship, or this is her friends from wherever, right? It's like she made it a point, and I don't know if you guys picked up on it. Like his friends are my friends. Like we have a collective friends, right? So there is a sort of a sacred
You ain't got no friends.
There's a sacred boundary in this marriage, in this relationship, and sort of she was kind of almost covertly, marking her territory, like, hey, like we don't mind that you want to engage with us. We don't mind that you want to have conversations with us, but we do. I do mind that you try to have conversations separately from my husband. He's gonna be there with me. We're gonna be there together. You know what I'm saying? That's what she was referring to. Like, we don't mind inviting you in the house, but I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there present. I'm not going to give you an opportunity to, stick your fangs into my husband when I'm not looking. So
that's a good question. That's a good. Ricky and Sweeney, how did it go for you guys? So did you guys combine friend groups when you got with your women? How did it go for you, Sweeney?
You said, well, as far as friends?
Well, yeah, you met your girl, but you had your crew and she had her crew. Did y'all replace it and create a new crew, or did you bring and did you mesh friends? How did it work for you? I want to hear what Ricky has to do.
As far as her male, she ain't really have any male friends, but like I did somewhat become friends with her female friends, but that's still her friends. I don't call them or nothing like that. And the only female friend that I have, well, I got a lot of female friends. But you know what I mean? I've been friends with them since 8th grade. But like one of the friends that I actually made that was new, like as recent as like I think maybe a year before we got together, she wound up becoming her friend. They talk to each other more than I even talk to her. So
oh really?
But as far as I don't know, I guess I would say that we did merge friends. Like all my friends became cool with her and all her friends became cool with me. But it ain't like they go and kick it with each other by themselves and nothing like that. It's just, I don't know.
Give me your friend, fool. It's a full-time Jack move.
Yeah, she straight up jacked her though. She was like, they became straight up friends. I said, dang.
What did you? How did it go for you, Ricky? I know the story a little bit where you helped her with the car breakdown 25 years ago. But how did the friendship thing go for you and your wife?
Dude, friends that was not associated with family got cut off. Same with me. If I had a girl, like I got so let's say it like this: girls that I associated with that I call cool, right? But the girls I grew up with, right, still cool, right? But shit, I ain't seen them in decades. You know what I'm saying? So it's not really nothing. Now, like I said, the same with her. She got dudes she grew up with from when she was yay high to a grasshopper. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, though, I mean, they friends, but they not associating together. You know what I'm saying? And no new friends, bro. No new friends. No new friends. You can have your little lady friends. I don't care about all that. You know what I'm saying? That's whatever. You can have your little girlfriends. Like my wife participated in a lot of girl mentoring groups, you know what I mean, where wives mentor young ladies. So she associates, she have her little hen circles, they had a little drinking circles and play cards and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? But as far as new friends, new male friends is definitely it's not happening. No sir.
So you tend to gravitate towards married couples anyway. Like you don't really gravitate towards a bunch of single people in your
Yeah,
life.
I don't hang out with single people. I don't hang out with single people.
Tend to recruit married people.
Yeah, I don't hang out with single people. Like I have associates at work, but as far as and I'm a kind of solo dude. I don't hang out with a lot of people anyway. You know what I'm saying?
So then now I want to ask Jay Stanza. Jay Stanza, who is who's in full control of his relationship when it happens. You bringing your boys with you? You gonna bring your whole crew with you? And she gotta work with what she's bringing, or are you gonna create a whole new crew? How you think it's gonna work out with you and your girl in the future? What do you foresee in the future, Jay?
Yeah, I was about from the video, she said, I don't trust women around my man. It's not women you need to be worried about. It's your homegirls that you need to be worried about. It's your single friends that you need to be worried about. The women that you have brunch with and they come back to your crib and kick it at your crib and they see your husband walk in and they don't have that. That's what you need to be worried about. A lot of men don't understand that women are competitive, especially single women. So they want to take your man. They're competitive. A lot of men don't understand that. They think women they just sit back. But no, a lot of women, they plotting on your man. It'd be your homegirls. It don't be the DM. It'd be the women that's your friends.
So Ricky, I got.
So Jay, you gonna make your girl basically say goodbye to all her homegirls?
No,
they gonna try to fuck you because she needs to be worried about them trying to fuck you.
Those be the ones, because those be the ones that get closest, because they come into the crib. It's not the women in the DMs. It be the homegirls, because they be in the circle, especially if they single. Like they have the most access to you.
Jay, you sound like you about to smash all the homies. You gonna smash?
Cause be realistic. If you break
You're
up,
taking them all down.
if you break up with your lady, most likely you might get with a friend, because she gonna be the closest to you. To be honest.
It's usually the one that always wants to come over for like tea, brunch, lunch, and all these other miscellaneous things. Oh, I left my earrings. Oh, I left my purse there. Like they're always just finding a reason to always come over.
Or it be the girl that be bad mouthing her man. So if your lady got a homegirl that's always talking bad on you, that be the one that's trying to get with you on the low.
Yeah.
The Pam.
Hey, Ricky, the question I have for you is the old friends. Did the old male friends, did they come to the wedding?
No. They weren't invited. I ain't invite them.
I had a pandemic wedding, so there wasn't that many people there anyway.
Yeah, I've been to one of those.
All masked up, huh?
No, we wasn't masked up.
I was out there. So yeah, I was out there. Super spreader, huh?
It was only 50 of us in there.
That's all you need right there.
That's a lot, sweetie.
Yeah, our wedding was just mainly family. Like I said, I didn't invite my mama because she didn't like my girl, so she ain't come to my wedding either.
Damn.
Yeah, I only had one best man one groomsman there with us. She had all her damn bridesmaids. Well, she had 3 of them with her. It was cool though. We had a good time though. That bachelor party was something else.
Oh shit.
You better stop right there, Swing.
Next subject, next topic.
If you guys are tuning in, welcome to King Talk. Hit the like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Shout out to the sponsor again, Teach Hanley Uncomplicated Skincare for Men. 30% off alone, a free gift. That link is in the description. Also, pinned to the top of the chat. Shout out to the chat out there, man. Real Precious, I see you. Marco, Cash Flow Hustles, Big Bad Boy, I see you. Embrace the Grace. Get to these super chats. Advanced Perception, $2 says, perfect example, appreciating her man's hard work. Bob, $9.99. Sad truth is that men don't cheat for a variety of reasons, the least of which is you have a good woman. Fear of divorce, separation of kids, loss of money, and sometimes you're just too tired. Bob again, Ricky looks more like Hink than Hink looks like Hink. You yellow dudes with beards are carbon copy.
I'm glad you find us attractive, nigga.
Bob 199 says Jay Stanza has Allen Iverson tattoo starter kit. Bob 499 says if a woman is bush pig ugly or you are not attracted to her, then y'all can be friends. Embrace the grace. We say fugly. Embrace the grace. $10. Also remember it says being jealous is wishing you had something. Being territorial is protecting something you already have. There's a difference. Want to thank the people that has super chatted thus far. Team Fatty, I see you in the building. Hit that like button, family. Hit that like button. The AP accountability partner, I see you as well. Now it's time to get into our main topic of the night, the meat of the conversation. We know the ladies like the meat. Ow. They're in the chat right now. Might find some single ones for you single folks out there. With that being said, let me see how I want to break this down real quick. So you guys know the Gabrielle Union. She was with Shannon Sharp, and she was talking about that whole 50-50. You guys all seen that, right?
Mm-hmm. The unions.
If you haven't seen it, then I'm going to still play it in the beginning of this. I have clipped it up. It's just audio with a picture because I had some uncomplicated repercussions last time I tried to play something from Shannon Sharp, so I had to remix it a little bit. So we're going to hear Gabrielle Union transition and what D-Wade had to respond to it. The main topic is Dwayne Wade addresses 50-50 comments made by his wife, Gabrielle Union. I looked at some of the comments. I'm going to put it up there on the screen. She never would have asked to go 50-50 had he not thrown him owning the house in her face during an argument. This was definitely a trauma response. Marriage is about us. Whenever you start using words like mine, you're in trouble. Somebody else says, y'all missing the that's how she wants it part. Knowing that she holds some financial power is her prerogative. And he's like, okay, if that makes you feel secure within yourself, then okay. That's the problem. I low-key feel where she's coming from. I work too hard for me not to have any real financial power here. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. And you still my man. Somebody else says, whatever makes them happy, they should do. Whatever makes y'all happy, y'all do. I'm the provider in the household. If my wife wants to work and make her money, I support it. But the household and the bills will always be 100% responsibility because she takes care of the kids and the house 90% of the time. And that sometimes works. That sometimes work more work than I do. Somebody else said, so because you made her feel unsafe in her time of vulnerability, she chose to make sure that will never happen again. Doesn't sound like marriage. Sounds like she's in survival mode. You guys, yeah, I'm gonna play the clip, man. See, what happened was I was supposed to read that after, but this whiskey started to kick in a little bit, so I had to miss that. Blame it on alcohol. With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip. Hit that like button, family. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Here we go.
Oh, my husband fine, very easy on the eye, and the women be like, man, Auntie Tab, no dick.
That whiskey, boy, I tell you.
Boy, whiskey's a motherfucker, man.
That
whiskey is whiskey.
Yeah, whiskey vibes, man. Whiskey vibes, man. That ain't the whiskey, man. I just had a little miss.
We need to clip. We need to hashtag that whiskey vibes.
Here we go, y'all.
Struggle with that. Still, just because I think I just have more responsibilities, for my money. So I get nervous, like, oh God, that movie didn't open. Well, what does that mean? Am I gonna have enough to hold everybody up? And everyone's like, it's coming. Like, calm down. And I'm trying to find peace in the journey, not using my anxiety and scarcity mindset to be my engine, which is hard. It's weird to say I'm head of household because in this household, we split everything 50-50. But in the other households that each of us have to support, it puts there's always this like gorilla on your back that it is like, you better work, you better work. You gonna sleep in? Somebody might not eat.
50-50 in our household is, first of all, let's say I have 20 to 50 responsibilities. Right. And my wife have 20 to 50 responsibilities. And when I say that, that means she has a mother, she has her sisters, she has her dad, she has a lot of things that she's responsible for. Right. You know what she does? Right. She pays 100% of that. Right. You know what I do? I pay 100% of my life. When our life come together, my wife is a working actress who spends time away from the family to go work,
do our job.
build.
Right.
We decided together, because I think I said one time we was in Miami, I said something about it being my house that I paid for. My wife looked at me, she was like, you will never say that to me again when it's something that we share. And so my wife was like, that when we moved to LA, I got half on it. You will never say my house again.
Wow.
She said, you can say that in the arena. And so in our life, our home, 50-50, we purchased it together.
Right.
Our daughter, anything that goes on with our daughter, 50-50, we share it together. Right. Now, it's some things I pick up versus some things she pick up, but she does something I do something.
Right.
If we take a yacht trip, we could do it 50-50, or I can do it myself. But my wife is a working woman.
Right.
She's a boss and an independent woman in her own life.
Right.
She's like, I'm gonna put, you know what, that little 200 that you was gonna spend on this, I'm gonna throw something else on there and we're gonna go on a bigger trip. We're gonna ball out. Like, this is my wife.
Right.
Right? Like, I don't know about y'all, but I like having a wife that's like, that's cool, you can do that. The house we live in, thank God, in Hidden Hills, nice house.
Right.
Whatever millions. We could have had a nice house on my 50% too. Right. It'd have been nice.
Right.
She was like, no, let me put something else on and let us live a little different.
Oh, yeah, they got a little bigger.
So we probably share 3 things in our life that we 50-50 on.
Right.
Everything else, I'm 1,000%, and she's 1,000%.
Right.
And so we decided that certain pieces of our life we would share in it.
What did he say? He said to her.
He said, "This is my house," basically.
Yeah.
What happened in his house?
Yeah.
Yes. Look, man. We spoke. Let me just get this out the way. This is a prime example of a woman that doesn't want to have a man have any control over her whatsoever. None. Even though that's her husband, even though they're joined in union and he's the man of the relationship, she wants to have total and equal say on everything that goes on in their relationship. Everything. This is not a marriage, it's a business partnership. When y'all talk about marriage as a business, this is what y'all be talking about. This is exactly what y'all be talking about when y'all say marriage is a business, because they move like it's a business. But answer me this question. If he purchased a house and he say this is my house, is he lying? Is he being dishonest? Is he telling the untruth? Or she simply doesn't like the fact that he can say this was my house?
Actually, Ricky, I got another question to that, because JR read the comments before then, and they were talking about how he exclaimed that was his house in her time of vulnerability. What made him have to say that was his house?
No, I'm gonna say let's not even go there, because he didn't say it was an argument, did he? Did he say it was an argument? He didn't say it was no compromising position. He could have been saying it as a joke. You know, this is my house, bitch.
Well, that's true.
Right? What people do is and this is what y'all ladies do. This is what y'all ladies do, right? Y'all stretch the situation in y'all imagination to fit y'all narrative like it was done in a negative way or a hurting way or a threatening way, when nobody understands the context of what really happened. But what's true and what's false? If he paid 100% for the house, isn't it his house? If he wrote the check for it the same way, if you paid for your car and you got a husband and he never paid any money on your car note, ain't you gonna say that's my car? You ain't gonna say it's our car. That's a habit you gotta form. It's your car. You the one who driving it every day to work. You the one paying a car note, right? Right? Or am I off?
No, you spot on, Ricky.
I think they were arguing though. I think he was. I think he was referencing to an argument based on her response. So maybe he came off like, I had to say something. He's trying to be politically correct because he's cucked. So, but based on what she had said back to him, I think no. So you guys, to give you guys some history, she told Arsenio Hall about 10 years ago that she never saw him balance a checkbook. So right when they got married, maybe when they were dating, whatnot, she told Arsenio Hall that she don't trust this motherfucker with money. And remember, Chris Howard, the NFL, was her first husband. He took her to the cleaners. And so she made Dwayne sign the prenup. what she's doing right now is speaking through her prenuptial agreement, and she's making investments. Then in the event anything goes south, she's covered. That's all the fuck she's doing. So when you think you got to play back all of this Hollywood shit. So you got this chick that was married to this ex NFL star, didn't sign no prenup. They broke up. That nigga got paid, right? And I remember when that happened, everybody was like, "Damn!" And all the dudes was like, "Finally." Right, women, y'all see how I feel because it happened to Gabrielle Union and Chris took, he got his little alimony and he went on about his life, but he took her to the cleaners. She's not really worth 40 million, like they say. She got some money though. Don't get me wrong, but 40 million. But Dwayne is paid. He's at 150, maybe $200 million. So he's 5-10 times more money than her. But she didn't trust that he would be able to handle his money. I think she thinks her husband is dumb. And so she told RC, I ain't never seen him balance no checkbook. So I pushed for a prenup. She pushed for the prenup. So what's happening is now, 10 years later, 2023, 2022, right now, what's going on? She can't allow him to pay for everything because in the event she wants to wake up one day and say, I'm not happy, she will have the receipts to say, I paid for half that house in Hidden Hills over here in LA. I paid for half of this. I paid for half of that. I carried more weight than I had to, Your Honor. And then she will be able to tap into his $150 million empire faster than he won't even be able to touch her $20 million empire. So I think she's just playing chess when she comes to this shit. And I think that's what she's doing. That's just my personal opinion.
Kind of, this is a perfect example why the younger generation is watching this and learning and saying, why do I want to get married? Like, sell me on why I want to get married, because this looks like divorce it's coming, like it's on the way.
Y'all
like
have to
said, hold on, like he just said. He said when she says I'm not happy, that's when it's gonna click. Like, why would Dwayne Wade even get married? Why would you put yourself even in this position to be hurt financially, possibly, especially you a man with money? This is why I say, even as a high value man with money, that means nothing when you're dealing with women, because this dude is having an identity crisis. And I guarantee you, Gabrielle Union does not see him the same way when he was on the court. That was a different D Wade that she was in love with. Now he's at home, retired. She don't see him the same way. So sell me on why marriage is beneficial, when what can you do as a married couple that you can't do as boyfriend and girlfriend? Sell me why. For the younger generation, because they're seeing it's like, why would I do this to myself?
Seeing it from who?
Like, just from this perspective, because this happens all the time. But this happens to a lot of men. But we're just looking at Dwayne Wade because he's a celebrity. But there's a lot of men who go through this on the low that we don't hear about. But he's a celebrity. And look how it's playing out. Sell me why I would want to do this to myself. What's the difference between me and my girlfriend living together, having a life, then I go sign this paper that's going to go against me if it doesn't work?
Yeah, I didn't believe when she said, I've never seen this man balance a checkbook. Like, when you're talking about that level amount of money, you have financial consultants, you have accountants, and you have people in place where you set up your life in a way where you have money working for you that's coming in.
Lewis, you know how athletes go broke, right?
Oh, but come on, we're talking about somebody who's already what?
Lewis,
who a few years removed from the league.
This is they've been together. They got married in 13. They've been together for 10 years. We're talking a young D Wade. I'm glad it worked out for him. But you got to think about how many people in the league, pick a league,
65
retain their money after they leave. Not that many.
Go broke, yeah.
Well, you said they got married in 2013, right?
Something like that, 12,
I was
11.
Wade was in the league he had probably just got his first contract, his first big contract, because he was drafted in what, 06? No, 03? So he was probably.
I wanted to answer the question the young boy asked.
Go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody.
Right. They went on. I want to ask for one. The benefit for you to get married is you don't have to worry about starting over. right? Now, that comes with a caveat, right? We got to stop fashioning our relationships off celebrities, right? We got to stop looking at marriage as a business. Because you should handle your business, but it's not a business. You see what I'm saying? Now, again, the fear of getting married is innate to anybody, right? It's innate to anybody, the man and woman alike. Now, well, we all know there's a very good benefit if a woman divorces a man who has means, right? A man who has means that she can get away with some stuff, right? Let's concentrate on the benefits. The benefits, for one, if you have to learn to choose the correct woman, my friend. And
so
whoever,
you say you get married, you'll never have to start over. Which
let me finish. Let me finish. When you get it right, look, bro, and I'm gonna tell you, like I told Bill Clout last week, no matter what y'all say and how you try to do it, it's all a gamble. I don't deny that. It's all a gamble, right? But what you have to do is you have to make your odds greater in the game. How do you do that, right? This is a perfect example with Dwayne Wade. Again, you see it coming. Everybody see it coming. It might not be today, it might not be this week, but it's coming. You know why? Because you can look at their relationship and understand the dynamics of their relationship are not correct. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, she fell in love with the superstar Dwayne Wade on the court. Now he's retired. She don't see him in the same light.
I got you, right? So again, if we can agree to that, this is me personally. If I'm being honest, most women want to be married. Most, right? So with that being said, it's up to you, the man, and listen to what I'm saying to the fellas, to Blitkout, Jay, to everybody who against marriage, right? It can go bad if you choose the wrong woman, right? So for me to say this is saying that we are responsible for what we're responsible for. You as a man have to set a standard and make sure that your woman adheres to it. Make sure that the woman you choose to marry, if you so choose, right, that she fits into your framework, into your format, right? Understanding how that woman moves, how she thinks, instead of jumping in both feet when something you don't like. I told you, you was supposed to test your girl. She tests you every day, dog. She tests you every day. Just because people don't talk about it and mention it and they want to, life happens and you're going to get tested. No, your girl testing you every time to see if you're going to fold or if you're going to stand on it. Right? So listen to what I'm saying. The same way y'all can say 50% of marriages fail, 50% of them are thriving. Right? So it's no different if you go to Vegas, bro. The benefits is this. Like I said, if you choose right, you ain't got to worry about starting over. Right? If you choose your girl correctly, y'all can get the goofy stuff out the way, right? And y'all can build understanding that she's contributing to your vision, right? And both of y'all are gaining at the end of it. Now, that might not seem like a benefit to you right now. But, and however, when you get 40 and 50 and 60, when your options are not as great, when your swag ain't as deep, when the pool ain't as clear, it's not going to be there for you. And contrary to your popular belief, I understand we all men, we tough, we alpha, you this and that, you this and that. You know you want a good girl to come home to eventually. And a woman that's about her business, right, wants a good man to come home to. But the end of the day, that we keep having arguments about who should and shouldn't. If it's for you, young guy, if it's for you, clout, it's for you. If it's not, it's not. It's your life at the end of the day.
Can I just ask a question? I agree with you 100%. Like nobody wants to be out in the club, whatever, at an older age. What I'm saying is the concept of signing the contract. Why can't y'all just be together? What is gonna be the difference between if I live with my lady and we combining money, we doing it, but so we go to this courthouse and we sign this paperwork. It's no different. It's literally just for her.
Why sign the paperwork when this is just my lifelong partner? Here, let me explain something. I hear what you're saying. Because legally, we could go get a power of attorney. We can set up some trust. We can do all this stuff as just life partners and don't have to have Uncle Sam involved. And we get all the same benefits. She knows if I die, she can make the decision for me because I've assigned that as part of my living will and testimony. I hear what you're saying.
Because in the Bible, there's no contract back in the day. There was no
It's still it's facts. It's facts. It's still is not.
Where does it come from?
So let me explain to you, brother.
That's facts. That's facts. You can't argue facts, bro.
So listen, the benefits of marriage. The issue is, and the thing is, they've studied this with people who just live together versus people who's married. They both in love with each other. They both have not. They don't cheat. These people over here just cohabitate in love, and these people over here cohabitate in love plus the government. They got a contract, right? The difference is when you live together, just you and your girl, it's 1 foot in and 1 foot out mentality. The way a boyfriend and girlfriend operates is I can leave when I want and there's nothing that will stop me. And the fact that you know that, that you can leave, you will always move with your girl as 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Whereas if you are married and committed and you brought the government involved, and I'm not advocating either way, I'm just letting you know the difference in the psyche of human beings. When you say I have made a commitment legally, I am 100% committed. It is not much different than committing to. It's almost the same argument that people say, why do our women listen to their boss at work, but I had a hard time with her at home, but she listened to the white guy that tells her what to do at work because she has a commitment there that requires her to do what she needs to do to get that paycheck on Friday. And the commitment mentality allows her to listen to somebody else tell her what to do where she won't listen to you at home. So as a boyfriend and girlfriend, bro, together, it's almost like, yeah, but I can bounce whenever I want to. And as long as you know that, you'll move like that with your girl, even though you think you won't be. Whereas if you are committed to her through marriage, through contract, with the ring, with the, signing it and sending it to the county registrar and having them stamp it with the purple stamp, you are now committed. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of men do not want to get divorced, because they know that they made a commitment to this team and they want to fight for it because it's a failure. Whereas if it's just a girlfriend, fucking, you can go. It's no big deal. Just get your shit and go.
And women know that. That's what I'm saying. They know.
I understand that. I understand they know it. I get leverage. I get it. I get it. But I'm letting you know the mentality. And so what happens is, now I'm saying all that to say, married people tend to work harder on their relationships to make them work than people that's just shacked up. Because if you just shacked up, then fuck it. We done argued over who we voting for this election cycle. Get your shit and get out of here. Motherfuckers will break up and throw away years of a great relationship because there's no bond there. Whereas married people, I hate this motherfucker, but I'm gonna just go to bed because that's my wife and I can't just leave. And so next thing you know, married people tend to not throw away a good thing. Whereas people that's just in a relationship, just boyfriend, girlfriend, will throw away a really good thing and regret it 10 years later. So you got to take that into consideration. Then there's the other benefits like living longer and being healthier and making you happy and all those other kind of things.
That's a rumor. Living longer is a rumor. We got to stop.
Hold on.
No, I got you.
Look, Shannon, you're making a lot of good points, Shannon, but all of the things you're talking about can simply be solved with like doing some type of business together. Like that 1 foot in, 1 foot out mentality. That's not going to happen if we buy a house together. It ain't going to be no 1 foot out, 1 foot out because I can't sell that house that quick. So we could just do a different type of contract. It don't got to be marriage. We could buy some property together. We could invest in some businesses together, and that way I can't just leave when I feel like it, and she can't.
I hear you, but is that the average though?
Yeah.
Is that the average? This is the problem. Let me tell y'all that
as a relationship, you say, fuck it, I'm gonna get the house on my own. Even though that's my girl, I'm getting my own shit.
Look,
I'm getting my own car. I'm buying my own Tesla. I'm doing my own thing. I know you my girl, but people don't partner like that sounds good in theory, but in practice, people don't make those decisions together like that when they're boyfriend and girlfriend. They just don't.
Also, let me ask y'all something. Stanza and Clout. What do you want us to say? What do you want us to say?
Tell the truth.
Wait. Understand something. Understand something. We can't tell you the truth because our marriages are working. I can't tell you anything different. I don't know what it's like for you to be out there. And if you have never been married, you don't know. I can't tell you anything I don't know because I haven't experienced divorce. So what do you want? The only thing I can say is figure out a way to gain leverage in your marriage. Otherwise, if you're afraid of leverage or losing leverage, there is nothing me, Ricky, Shannon, JR, Luis, Hink, Sean, there ain't nothing we can tell you that's gonna make you want to go out there and get married because you fear losing leverage.
And this the crazy part.
It has nothing to do with leverage. It has nothing to do with leverage.
Hold on.
It has everything to do with the fact that.
Hold on. Please stop cutting me off. I'll let y'all now. That's
let Ricky get in there. Let Ricky get
you happy now. You just got married in 2020.
Right? No, see, but that's the problem, though. You see what I'm saying? That's the problem. Don't wish bad on me because your shit didn't work. You see what I'm saying? This is your situation. And the truth is, Jay Stanza and Big Clout and whoever, if you don't see an advantage to it, you don't. By all means, move how you're gonna move. Right. But my question is this: what has that done for you, your family, and the community? Right? Yeah, you can be with your girl and y'all ain't married, but then you could just leave whenever you want because we bought a house, you could still leave. Right. Yep. So what you talking about? So again, you can still because she your girl. Right, you ain't got no marriage intact, so it's easy for you to leave when she get pregnant, when she got a baby, when shit don't work out. Right, when you ain't moving how she wants you to move, when she ain't moving how you want her to move. Right, the truth is that a lot of people end up in these relationships that they don't see value in each other. That's the real problem. Marriage is not the issue. If you got divorced for some reason or other, you didn't value that other person. It's just that simple.
It has nothing to do with that.
Yes, it does.
That's not
Explain
true.
it. Explain it.
What it is? I'm gonna break it down for you. What it is that when us as single men, right, are having these conversations with married men, what y'all don't realize is that y'all often fail. Like if y'all were salesmen, y'all are terrible salesmen. Y'all fail to make a compelling argument as to why what you've done is a good thing to do.
Not my job.
Hold on. Just hear me out. Most of the time, when y'all describe your own situation, right, the way y'all describe it, it don't sound that nice. Like to y'all, it sound good, but when somebody on the outside is hearing y'all talk. Y'all don't be sounding happy. Y'all don't be sounding excited. Y'all be sounding like y'all made a decision and y'all want to stick with it because y'all feel like that's the right thing to do.
That's called
but at the same time, hold on. This is what I'm saying, right? This is what I'm saying. If I go up to somebody who has a Lamborghini right now and I'm driving a hoopty and I say to you, tell me why I should get a Lamborghini. I guarantee you that man could list me 100 reasons why it's better to have a Lamborghini than to have my bummy Honda. But whenever we have a conversation with married men, like, explain to me the absolute clear difference between being married and just having a wifey that I love. Y'all can't do it in a compelling way. Y'all don't even make it sound fun or interesting. So it's like if y'all keep doing that, that's what we want from y'all. We want from y'all to tell me why it's a good thing, and y'all not doing a good job selling it.
So let me ask the question, then. Let me ask the question real fast.
Hold on real quick. Let me ask him this. What have me and Ricky said that made you say, oh my God, y'all marriage sucks?
I'm not going to say that y'all have said anything that makes it sound like y'all marriage suck. But when we have these conversations, there's no enthusiasm. There's no excitement. There's no joy. I can't. I'm not saying it's your job. I'm not saying it's your job. But this is what I'm saying. Like again, if I talk to a guy who has a Ferrari, he don't gotta sell me the Ferrari. His excitement is gonna sell the Ferrari to me. He gonna be like, man, this joint got 800 horsepower, boy. You see them rims, boy. If y'all not talking about marriage, like how a dude who just got a Ferrari is talking about Ferrari, then you're not selling it to me, bro. Like you don't even sound excited.
I'm not trying to sell you shit.
Right.
Exactly. I'm not trying.
But y'all are talking about a decision that y'all made, and y'all don't even be sounding excited about it. If I just bought a house, I'd be excited. Yo, boy, I just bought this house. This is why you need to get a house. If I just started a new business, which is also a large commitment, I'd be like, yo, I just started this business. Y'all don't be that excited about being married, and then y'all wonder why nobody believes it.
Y'all look
If
miserable.
you talk about buying a car or you talk about buying a house, right? There's no work. Work goes into a relationship and building with a person and being with a person every day. There's not that same type of work that goes into owning a car. Now, let them get a repair bill that's 10 grand for a Range Rover or something like that. Then you go hear the other side of it. When they got to do some work on that motherfucking expensive car, then you're gonna hear something that you can liken to a relationship. Other than that, it's not the same thing.
But it's gonna be worse.
To quote my man's from the divorce court episode, you don't look happy, brother. You don't look happy, brother.
What is
Clout?
I'm not gonna take it personal because you never heard that
That's
from
the
me.
Clout point though, Sean.
Right?
Because what happens if the car breaks down and he's just leasing it? He could be like, he could turn that motherfucker in and be like, it ain't my car. But when you own that bitch, it's like, damn, I gotta fix the transmission on this motherfucker, and I'm upside down, and I can't just give it back to the dealership.
Yeah, but you did something smooth by saying leasing it versus owning. We talk about ownership. Nobody said leasing. So if we're trying to,
that's what a relationship is. A relationship is dating.
Right. So just like hold on. Go ahead, Sean. So like I said, you making your own point. Like I gotta be excited for you to find a girl that's decent enough for you to marry.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
No. But like I said, y'all try to use us as an example for a choice that you have to make.
It's not about a woman being
hold
decent
on. Let me finish. Let me finish, sir. Let me finish. It's a choice you have to make, right? So you just said yourself, what's the benefit? And I told y'all, I don't have to start over when you choose the right girl, but you just said it. Oh, we can make a contract, but it's a lease. I can just go when I want to go. So you making Shannon's point. The truth is that if you with a girl and you love her and you trying to rock with her, and if it's not for you, it's not for you. That's all I'm saying.
And you know what?
But that's not a good argument, is what I'm saying.
I'm not making an argument. I'm not making an argument because I'm not going to choose your girl for you.
Exactly.
That's not what. But I don't. But that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about the choice of woman. We're talking about the choice of marital status. That's what we're talking about.
At the end of the day,
no, it's not. That's not what we're talking about.
Because if you find no value in marriage, your marriage is a covenant between you and a woman. And if you find no value in it, I can't convince you how good a woman could be.
Yes, but there's a difference between value in marriage and valuing a person. I don't have to value marriage to value a person. I could find someone that I value.
Don't get married. But nobody's begging you to.
Look, I'm not saying that y'all are. Y'all asked a question. I'm just explaining it to y'all. Y'all asked a question about what do y'all want from us. All I'm saying is that these arguments that y'all give, these pro-marriage
argument do we give?
These pro-marriage talking points that y'all give, like for example, I don't have to start over. That's not a good talking point.
You asked the question.
No, but I'm just telling y'all when we ask these questions, when we're asking these questions, y'all might think that. Hold on, when we're asking these questions, y'all might think that we're just trying to be assholes to be resistant. But what we're really asking, honestly, is encouragement. We're actually looking to hear y'all. We're giving y'all the platform to say, yo, I'm a married man. This is amazing, and I'm gonna tell you why it's amazing, right? And when we give y'all the opportunity to brag, to boast, to talk about how amazing your marriage is, y'all give us answers like, y'all give us answers like, I don't gotta start over. I don't gotta start over neither, bro. I can start over any time of the week. What are you talking about? That's not a good argument. That's not a solid argument.
I got this. I got this. Clout. You want to know how people know that my marriage is good? I don't have to go out and say, oh my God, my wife is so amazing. She's great. Marriage is great. They look at our relationship and say, man, y'all got a good thing going. That's how we show it. So if you wait, I
can't see that, bro. I can't see that.
But that's because you never seen me and my wife together.
I know, so I can only go based off how you talk about marriage.
But I'm not here to convince you of marriage.
You're not here to do that.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me get one in there, y'all. Let me get one in there because my man Clout Jones put it in a way to say that I don't know. When I was listening, it sounded like you said single dudes are winning, and because we don't make it sound exciting, we must be the one losing. So let me make my counter argument, because I don't have to make marriage sound attractive, because being single seems depressing, and let me explain. All I hear in this YouTube space is niggas talk about they trifling girlfriends, baby mamas, child support payments, separate living arrangements, troubled co-parenting situations, behavioral issues with their children, trouble building wealth, spinning your wheels with different women trying to get the same result. I want to give you a statistic that should really amaze everybody. Yesterday, the Nuggets won the championship. Do you know what was significant about that to me? That means in the 90th percentile, the star player of every single basketball team that has won a championship, that man has been married, because married, disciplined men always fucking win. I don't got to prove anything to you. Just look at the results, bro. Y'all the ones losing. I'm literally here listening to y'all complain about women every day. We don't have to sell marriage.
Y'all have never heard me complain about women on this show. Y'all never.
Well, man, let me get my point in. Y'all be passing goddamn mic. Pass the mic, man. Goddamn.
That's not.
Look here. I've been through divorce, so I understand what they're talking. I've been through that hell, and it wasn't good. I didn't like it. It sent me into a dark place for a couple of years until I get therapy. But guess what? I'm willing to go back out there and get right back into the goddamn fight again. I'm willing to do that.
That's not.
I told her layout, I'm willing to do that. And she's a good woman. I'm not going to leave her out there just to be my girlfriend. Because somebody else who could find see the importance and the greatness in her, mess around, hustle, and marry her and give her what she wants. No, I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to pull it in. But it sounds like y'all dudes are worried about losing stuff. That's what it sounds like. Y'all worry about losing material shit. A few some coins here and there. If that's the case, get a prenup, dudes. If you're worried about losing stuff, get your prenup and then take that chance.
And Clout, if you got a good woman and whatever y'all got going is working for y'all, by all means, do you. I'm not here to convince you to get married. I'm not here to try to beg you to get married. I don't care. Do you. But if you ask me, oh, well, how is marriage going? Marriage is going fine for me. However, I'm not here to deny what happens in the event of divorces. But that's why I said marriage and divorce is two totally different things. My marriage could be going well, but somebody else's divorce is going through hell right now. You're worried about losing leverage in the event of a divorce. You don't have a problem with marriage. You even said that last week. You said, I don't have a problem with marriage. You said you had a problem with divorce laws. That was your words.
It has. Yo, hold on. Do you hear what you just said, bro? When you just described marriage, you said it's going fine for me. Do you think that niggas is willing to risk?
I don't care what niggas.
Hold on, just hear me out. Just hear me out, bro. Hear me out. No one wants to risk their life and risk their livelihood for fine. I'm sorry, bro.
Do you?
I'm sorry. That's it.
Do you then?
How would you say dating is going, bro? Is it going fine? Is it amazing? How is single life going?
Trigger, you on mute.
I'm currently seeing someone and it's going amazing. It's going great. I would never say it's fine. It's going more than fine. That thing is top. It's 100%.
Yeah, you better sell that shit
right now. You know what I'm saying?
Sell that shit.
It's going so good. I never thought it would go this good.
Get excited.
Get excited. Use the word amazing as opposed to using the word fine. You let that make you think that the two are not synonymous. I don't even know your real fucking name. We're not even trying to convince you to do shit.
I'm not trying to convince you to do anything. Do you?
I don't even give a shit. Do what you want to do, bro. Like, we just telling you the truth. Like,
I never said y'all was trying to convince me nothing, but y'all missing the point. It's cool.
You keep saying sell it to you like we're trying to sell you marriage. I'm not trying to sell you anything.
Sometimes relationships in general can be hard, whether you're married or not. You could not be married and you could turn out to date the chick for 5 years and find out she's fucking crazy or weird. You know what I mean? Or whatever the case may be. So ain't nobody trying to sell shit, bro. Do what you want to do.
Yeah, but I think what you guys are missing is that single people are asking married people to sell it to them. You guys keep saying I ain't got to sell you nothing. I ain't got to show you me and my wife.
If you don't. Y'all is insane. Y'all is insane. This is insane thinking. This is insane, right? You want me to sell something that's good to me to you. Your girl got to be worthy of marriage. The girl you marry has to be worthy of you. How the fuck? Oh, I was supposed to sit up here and tap dance for you, nigga, so you can get married, so you can get up off your ass and go find a good girl.
How is me telling you how good my woman is?
Hold on. I'm not finished. Right? So we're supposed to sit up here and tap dance to make you feel good about marriage, about a girl that you were supposed to go go choose, that you were supposed to figure out that fit into your plan to bury your children and so you can have children down the line. But no, let's go into the latter, right? Y'all right? Hold on, Stanza. Y'all rather be single, right, and have kids and then have them in separate households and raise them that way. How far that got us now?
You're selling it, Ricky.
No, this ain't no sale. This ain't no sale. I'm telling you what it is. I don't have to sell y'all shit.
But
I
you're
don't have to
selling
sell
it.
you nothing.
You're telling these niggas what the advantages are. That's what whether you know it or not, you're saying, yeah, but y'all niggas want to be in a separate house with your wife because your woman, you get her pregnant, she'll have a baby, and because you're not married, she say, fuck you, nigga. The kid, you got to go to court. You don't have no power, no rights, no nothing over that kid. That's a sale.
Hey, Dick,
the trigger man already did that though, Shan.
Hey, Shan, to be our salesperson. Hey, Shan, you are our salesperson. Shan, please
sell them marriage. Sell them marriage.
Hold on, it's the narrative that marriage.
But you know something? It's hard to sell it. It's hard to try to sell marriage to somebody. They already told
you got to slow,
I ain't selling no grown man shit.
You can't sell something to somebody they close-minded on. You're not even being open-minded.
No, I just want to ask a question.
If you already sold, you already sold. It's nothing I could tell you.
No, I just want to ask a question. I have a problem with the narrative. Y'all said if I get married, I will never have to start over. If I get married, this guarantees that my lady will never leave.
I didn't say it was guarantees. Nobody said that.
Nobody said that, Jay.
No, I didn't say you said it, but this is a narrative a lot of married people like.
Oh, go ahead. All right, what did they say?
It's not true at all.
We know that. I don't know who told you that. Nobody. I don't think anybody with a right mind told you there's no starting over.
Said it. I'm just saying in general. A lot of married people said this is my forever person. This is forever, but it's not. That's not necessarily the case. People separate. Like it's a happy marriage today. It could be miserable tomorrow. Your spouse could pass away. Now, what's your next move? Like it's this nothing forever.
Hey, Stanza. You can be in a happy relationship, right? And your mood can change tomorrow, right?
Right.
What's the difference between that and marriage?
There is no.
No. Hear me out. Yes, there is. Hold on, wait. Yes, hold on, wait. No. There is a difference. It's the reason why you don't want to get married. It's the difference is the reason why you don't want to get married. You don't want to lose leverage in your life, in your wealth, in your finances, in the event that shit does not work out. That is the difference. I get your concerns. I get it. I'm 100% here. That's why I told Clout. Your concern isn't necessarily the marriage. It's what happens in the event that she don't want to be with me anymore. And I understand. I can't sell you on that because shit happens. I can't tell you anything that's going to make you overlook the fear of divorce. There ain't shit I can tell you in this world that's going to make you overlook
that. I was with you at first, Sweetie, but that's not what Jay Stanza asked. He didn't asking, well, what's the benefit of getting married if I get a divorce? He was saying, what is the advantages and happinesses that I'll have as a married man, as opposed to the advantages and happinesses as I'll have as being with a lifelong partner? My girl.
I was actually kind of disappointed when y'all said we don't need to sell it. Remember, it sells itself. So if they want to hear the advantages, shit, I can go all day. Listen, put every single dude in the chat and on the panel together versus every married dude. We make more money than you. 80% of Fortune 500 of CEOs are married. My car insurance is cheaper than yours. My health insurance is cheaper than yours. I get chosen for management positions over you. My kids get treated better in school. Did y'all know that? They treat kids that come from single parent homes like shit, and they put them as high risk in the system. Did y'all know that? So like this, y'all got to sell me on the single life. All right, I got a lower chance of getting STDs. I get better health. My health is maintained because my wife cooks and I don't eat out every day. Like, y'all want me to keep going? Like, what?
I'm saying
I thought that was all common knowledge.
Why do we have to sign the contract? Why can't we
obviously
do it
it's
together
not
without the contract? That's all I'm saying.
See,
so again, why do you fear the contract?
That's the example. That's the reason
why do you fear the contract?
Because once their mind is already set, it becomes a disingenuous conversation. You just said what you said, Trigger Mike. And young Jay just said why we got to sign the contract, which means Jay don't give a fuck about what you just said, bro. He's not even open to hearing what you're saying, which is fine, Jay. I'm not.
No, that's not fair. See,
that's not fair. Everything he just
said, it is. Look, you can't come into the deal closed-minded, Shannon. You can't come in.
Half of those benefits were for children. Half of those benefits were like half of those benefits don't even involve the married parties. He talked about children.
Benefits that Trigger Mike told. All those benefits, my health insurance, my this, that, so on and so forth. All these things, Jay Stans is simply saying, I can do that with my common law girlfriend.
And we said, nigga, go do it. We don't give a fuck.
No, I get it, but for conversation's sake, Jay is saying, what would be the difference in the kids at school won't know that I'm not fucking the husband. The kids at school won't know.
Somebody, hold on. Somebody in the chat. Somebody in the chat said something very. Hold on, fellas. Somebody in the chat said something very profound. Why the fuck you asking me? You ain't marrying me. Yo, the girl's supposed to be selling this shit to y'all.
Also, my quick question is that you said, why do you have to sign a contract? This is why I keep saying everything is done out of fear. Why are you afraid to sign a contract?
Okay.
No, I know it's out of fear.
Is there a thing called don't lie? Is there a thing called no fault divorce? Do everybody divorce?
That's what I'm trying to
do.
I can answer
You're
that.
afraid of no fault
contract
divorce.
is handcuffed.
Hold on.
The truth is.
You think it's fear? It has nothing to do with fear.
No. The truth is, y'all asking us again. The truth is, and I told y'all. I just said. Somebody said when I said earlier, you leave people because you don't see the value in them. The truth is, y'all don't see the value in marriage in the women.
Talking about leaving people.
Chill out, Clout, and let me finish. God damn it, right? What I'm saying is this: y'all don't see, and I understand y'all plight, right? Is that y'all don't see the value in marriage from the women y'all have to choose.
No. Oh my God, bro.
That's not true.
You arguing points I'm not making, bro.
So again, like I said, if you found a girl, right? This is totally hypothetical. If you found a girl that fell into your frame, that was in where you need to be in your looks, right? She did what she's fertile, right? She's gonna do what you ask, how she asks it, and she has the values. You've established this, that it's a very good chance that she would never leave you. What would you do?
I'm gonna make her my girlfriend. Why am I going to do this extravagant wedding? It's the same thing.
You do know it only costs $140 to get
this
married.
Is what I'm saying. So let's just say, and it's cool. Listen to what I'm saying, fellas. I'm not gonna argue with y'all because I'm not the one fucking y'all, right? It's your girl that got to convince you to marry her, right? So just say you don't believe in marriage. That's cool. That's copacetic.
Jay, the problem.
That's copacetic. But don't try to make marriage disingenuous because you don't believe in it. You just don't believe in it, and that's cool. That's copacetic.
Let me ask you this though.
Hold on, y'all.
If you met a woman that was everything that Ricky said, if you met a woman that fell in your frame, that you knew was with you, was faithful, she was fit, she met all the F's, she was everything that you asked for. Everything. It's like, damn, this woman is heaven sent. She ain't no hoe, low body count. All the things that you would want in a woman. Ricky said, well, why won't you? You said, I'll just make her my girlfriend. And I go back to my original answer. Your mentality and her mentality is going to be different. Even though she's perfect for you, you're going to move different, Jay, with her than you would if you were to actually make a commitment to her. Remember, girlfriend and boyfriend ain't no commitment. That's just an agreement.
It's not.
A marriage is a commitment.
It's a tryout.
A boyfriend, girlfriend is an agreement. Because you have now made a commitment like a woman would at a job, or you would by going to a college or taking a position somewhere or having a child or buying a house and signing signing a fucking mortgage. When you make a commitment, you move different, Jay Stanza. Trust me, you do. I'm telling you, brother. It's different than making an agreement with somebody. Hey, you know what? You're everything I love in a woman. You make all my fucking expectations.
I promise I'll be with you.
All the boxes. I just want to hang out with you for the rest of my life until I get old. You're gonna move different, bro.
So relationships are not a commitment unless it's a marriage. Relationships are not a commitment.
Hold on, Trick. Let me get Luis in there. Go ahead, Luis.
Yeah. It seems like, gentlemen, y'all kind of, I don't know if you're realizing, you're kind of arguing about the women that you're choosing, you know what I'm saying, not being someone valid that you're going to marry or even have for the long haul. But, I mean, that's not the here or there. But I will say this. I find it interesting when we have these conversations, we tend to kind of pivot and use celebrities or use ball players or use people who tend to be in a higher status or higher socioeconomic bracket to kind of define what relationships are and what marriages are supposed to look like. It's like some of us have forgotten what people in our own neighborhoods used to look like. You know, Mr. Rogers, who lived down the street, who worked the post office for 25 years, who was married, who had 2 kids, who put him through college, who was, you know, part of the community, who volunteered on the weekend, or Mr. Jones, who worked the rail yard, who'd been married and had 1 child and, you know, used to come over for Sunday dinners. Like, we act like these people actually didn't have this thing figured out and they weren't in proximity to us. It seems like we find that those people who had these regular lives or relationships, who led a family and who had children, who put them through school, college, etc., right, who were part of their community, you know what I'm saying? Like, these people seem to be under the radar compared to these very high profile, high status, very complex relationships that have a lot to do with a lot more money. Because this is the thing about it. People who make over $250,000, their divorce rate is much lower than those who make a lot.
Floor.
You know, falls right through the floor compared to those who make less in a certain.
Because it costs them more to divorce. They have
Well,
more to lose.
Hold on. People with more money have more reasons to stay together. And that's something that we have to come to understand. And sort of those people that I just juxtaposed, that we kind of grew up in the neighborhood and stuff like that, those sort of community spaces, the reason they stay together is because they fought for something that was much greater than money. They fought for community. They fought for family. They fought for something that was going to last longer than them and also set the example and a paradigm for the next generation to come. And I think that that's the part that's overlooked at.
Also,
right,
Luis, he asked a question. He asked this question in the chat, Cloud. You said, why sign the contract? My question to you is, why don't you want to sign the contract? Because I can't tell you why to do something if I don't know why you don't want to do something.
Oh, I can answer that question.
Okay.
For me particularly, the reason why I don't want to sign the contract, and I believe the reason why a lot of men, especially younger men, are against signing the contract, is that there fails to be a clear distinction between the benefits of signing the contract versus the benefits of not signing the contract. A lot of men have come to a point in society now where we're finding where we can enjoy or have very similar connections, very similar levels of love, very, very strong commitments, very strong relationships that are just as deep, without also including the risk that comes with marriage. So when you just go based off of a logical decision, right?
You don't want the commitment.
Hold on, pause, bro, pause. When it comes to making a logical decision, most people are gonna choose something that has lower risk over higher risk when they have similar outcomes. So the way that we view marriage currently, the way the younger generation is viewing it, is that we're seeing the outcomes to be similar. We're seeing people that are dating for 10 years breaking up. We're seeing people that are married for 10 years getting divorced. We're seeing the same outcomes. So if I'm going to look at 2 outcomes and I say, well, the outcomes of me having a girlfriend can be the same outcomes as the outcome of me being married, then why would I pick the one with the higher risk? It just logically, as men being logical beings, that doesn't make sense.
Because we're leaving out a lot of context here. Marriage typically involves children. Typically, it is going to involve children, and I don't know. Everybody's like Uncle Ricky put it masterfully. Shan broke it down masterfully. So I'm gonna try to add something to it. I gave you the stat that 80% of Fortune 500 CEOs are married. There's a reason for that. Men that detail their life in a certain way, especially at a certain age, want to appear more disciplined to the community. And in an effort to appear more disciplined, you're going to do what I call a gesture of formality in every area of your life. Whatever is fluid, you're going to make it formal. I don't want just a girlfriend, because that don't look like I take myself too seriously. I'm going to get me a wife. I'm going to make a gesture of formality. And in on the topic of family and a woman and all of that, you're also making a gesture of authority. If my girlfriend has kids by me and in the hospital wants to put her last name down on the birth certificate, I'm not married to her. So now we just fighting over who last name the baby should take. I put that ring on her finger as a gesture of authority. My kids got my last name. Ain't no fuss about that, right? So every single thing I do, I did that to be able to say, this is my house. This is my authority. I'm not fighting with you over this shit. I don't have those type of problems going on over here.
But
most men cannot claim that type of authority over their girlfriend. I know y'all.
No, respectfully, Trigger Mike, that's because of the relationship between you and your wife, not just because you're married. So I respect what you're saying. It's true, but the relationship that y'all have. Hold on, no. The reason why he has to say no, because there's married men who don't got a choice over their kids' names. There's married men who don't got no say so over their kids.
In what state?
I don't.
What state?
There are married men. Hold on. There are married men that exist where their wives make all the decisions in the house. Y'all cannot deny that. So my whole thing is like, marriage alone does not give you that authority. I'm saying you have that authority
legally
because of the.
I don't want to interrupt you. I hate when people interrupt. Legally, Clout. Legally, I get you. I get you. There's a bunch of fucking blue pill suckers who acquiesce to anything and praise his wife and whatever she says goes. I get that. Legally, I'm talking about legally. Marriage gives a husband that protection as opposed to just baby daddy.
As a matter of fact, when you're married,
how many times do women divorce men and take their kids?
Big Clout.
No, we just talk about. I'm strictly talking about.
Bro, I can't take this no more. Look, Shan Mike Sweeney, bro. Look, y'all keep saying these beautiful words. Everything y'all said sounds amazing. This nigga don't want to hear that. His mind is made up. When you asked him why he doesn't see the benefit, he talked about why he can't see a delineation. He's heard all of this shit, bro. He has the same YouTube and Google that we have. He's heard brilliant motherfuckers say this shit before. He has his mind made up. Stop telling this nigga to say he already knows, bro. His mind is
just
made
don't
up.
like that I'm making good points. It's not about my mind being up. It's just that your points are weak. That's really what it is. My points are not weak, and your points are weak. It has nothing to do with
your points apply to you.
Let's keep it G. Y'all keep trying to make it about selecting the wrong woman and all that. It has nothing to do with selecting the wrong women. Y'all are not making strong points that people can get behind, and y'all don't like the fact that I'm demolishing your points, and y'all don't like the fact that y'all don't make marriage look good, and that's y'all fault. That's not my fault. Marriage don't look good. It's y'all making marriage look bad.
I got one.
Like, come on, stop.
Come on, man.
Clout and Jay Stanza.
Come on, man.
One
Stop.
last question. So outside of anything that can trigger anybody, I just want to ask a real question. Like, seriously, do you think you have such an opposing opinion simply because you're afraid that you're going to fail in this institution?
No, I
Has
have
nothing to do with
opposing
failure, but go
opinion
ahead.
because I see the way that women. Because remember, we're dealing with women. We're not dealing with a robot. We're dealing with
my wife is a woman.
Emotions. I see the way women treat their husbands, and I see the way women treat a man who's out here with options. For some reason, when a woman knows she got a man in that chokehold, she's like, "Yeah, I got it." When a man has the options, she's on her best behavior because she knows at any moment he can walk. When
You understand? Even a married man has options.
So that don't make no. Hold on here. So hold on, sir. Hold on. So you just said that a man that's about his shit always get options, my guy.
No, I'm not saying.
No. Hold on, Jay. Let me finish. Right. So this is what I'm saying. Y'all can't use the same arguments to debunk our argument. You see what I'm saying? So you just said at the same point, right? That because you get options, you can leave.
I'm saying
right. Hold on. Let me finish. I take pauses. Let me explain to Blick Out and Jay Stanza and everybody. I take pauses because when I was young, I used to stutter. Right. So I have to gather my thoughts and then I speak. Right. So what I'm saying is this, right? Again, y'all asking the wrong people the wrong questions, right? The truth of the matter is, Blick Clout say such and such woo woo, right? The truth is, you just don't want the commitment. That's cool. Because it's a commitment, and it's a commitment. It's a commitment, and if it fails, the truth of the matter is exactly what y'all say. 9 times out of 10, right? The husbands is going to pay the freight of that divorce. That's just the facts. I don't deny that. I don't deny that. But how do you quell that? You nigga, not me. I can't tell you. Can't nobody else tell you. You have to go out and find the right woman for you. Right? The woman that's not going to do you dirty. The woman that's not going to not take your feelings into effect. Blake Cloud Jones. Oh, we know all these men out here. My wife don't do that.
There's no way to tell.
No, yes, it is, baby. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You don't know how to choose a woman. You don't know how to choose a woman. That's the bottom line. No, dog. No, dog. No, no. At the bottom, the end of the day, right? You don't know how to choose a woman. At the end of the day. At the end of the day, if you feel so to make your same explanation, right? Why is you messing with a girl who only fuck with you when she know you got options?
That's not what I'm saying. Is you're making it seem if I pick a good woman, a lot of men thought they picked a good woman and
they thought wrong. They thought so. Who's the problem? Who's the problem then? Who's the problem then? Listen to what I'm saying. If they thought they chose and they got down on one knee. Listen to what I'm saying. I agree with y'all. If y'all not ready for it, right? If you feel that if y'all feel that the odds is against you, don't get married. But that doesn't mean that a marriage is bad. It's bad for you. It's bad for you. It's not my job to sell you that, right? It's not my job to sell you that. It's the woman's job to be good enough for you to say, God damn, I want to marry this girl, right? And like I said earlier, y'all said it ain't because you don't see no value. The reason why you leave a person is because you don't see the value in them. Y'all don't want to get married because y'all don't see the value in marrying a woman. Y'all don't. And that's cool. I understand it because it's a lot of bitches out here that's demons. I don't disagree with that. But let's talk about the contract. When you get to y'all, since y'all want to say it's a business, do you just go to a car lot and then just take the car off the lot? You know what? I'm going to pay this note every month. No, the spirit behind people signing a marriage contract, because the truth is most of y'all word ain't shit. Right? Oh, I'm gonna be dedicated. You fucked a bitch on your girl before? You told her you was gonna be dedicated. You told her you weren't gonna hit no other hoes. Did you? Right? Stop knocking what you see. The spirit behind it is something totally different. And the truth is, nobody understands the spirit of marriage. Y'all don't follow it. That's why we at where we're at now. And that's just the end of it. And if y'all don't trust it, it's cool, but it's not my job to sell it to you. It's the women's job. Yeah. And they're not selling it to y'all. And I understand that. So could we please stop having this fucking argument? Just say the bitches you want ain't up to what you want.
Let me add this too, because the only reason I came up here is because we got to understand that the institution of marriage is actually perfect. Ain't shit wrong with the institution of marriage. There's something wrong with people. So when y'all talk about this institution, like, why did we get in it? Like something's wrong with us for getting in it. Nothing is wrong with the institution of marriage. Absolutely nothing. It's something you could say something about the American women. I will believe you. You could say something about the state of black women and their mindset. You could say all of that. We could talk about that all night long. It's nothing wrong with the institution of marriage. I understand the exact benefit. My children, like I told you, men do this shit. My children are asleep in the next room over in the house that I provide and I pay the mortgage on under this institution. It affords me that right? So this institution is perfect. We are the ones that can fuck it up. So we got to, be a little more specific when we talk.
Then also to add, if somebody came in and gave you a car and you just promised them, hey, I'll pay you $350 a month for this car. And he let you drive that car off the lot. Keep it a bean. How many months you gonna pay him for that car?
Well, that depends on the integrity of the person that he gave it to. Me, I'm gonna pay him until I don't owe him no more.
That's the whole thing about the whole relationship versus marriage thing. Honestly, it comes down to the integrity of the person. Because the reality is, like I said, if being with somebody for the rest of your life and you never get married works for you, by all means, do you. But don't get out here and start making babies all over the damn place and fucking these women up and fucking their heads up and then get upset and then try to come back on the back end and say these hoes ain't shit. No, find you a good woman. If that means marrying her or not marrying her, just find you one to rock with you to the end of your days. Because what y'all do is that y'all will get these chicks and these chicks will get these niggas and y'all will go out and y'all will deal with each other for a little bit and then throw each other back to the streets.
But that's what you make it sound so simple. See, as the hybrid nigga on the panel who's been twice married, twice divorced, that's why I'm bouncing back and forth. I'm playing ping pong here with you guys because I'm hearing their point and I'm hearing y'all point and I'm hearing their point. I'm hearing y'all point. But what we have to understand is it's 2023 and the mentality of everybody involved. I don't think Clout and Jay Stanza is knocking the institution of marriage. I think Jay Clout and Stanza is knocking marriage as it currently is in America and the people involved. I get what Ricky is saying. You got to find the right woman. Dog, we talk in and out in this sector of YouTube, in our little corner of Black YouTube. We talk in and out, day in and day out about we call them chameleons, we call them hyenas, we call them switcheroos. We don't know. This motherfucker is they had a representative and then we got married and they was somebody else. We know that no matter what we do, how many fail safes, how many tests, how many questions, niggas is telling motherfuckers don't even ask people certain questions because what difference do it make? She gonna lie anyway. There's no way to find out.
I get that, and this
will be solid forever. So what they're saying is, if I had to place a bet on a rocky motherfucker as it is, because everything in my body tells me that she's right. Most people that get married believe that everything in their body is telling them that their partner's right until it's not.
And the thing is,
was married for 38 years. Ron Perlman from fucking the movie Hellboy.
Yeah.
He married that sister for 38 years. He got a divorce at 71. He had no idea that she would take his ass. She took the house in New York. She took half the bank account. That motherfucker was homeless living in Pasadena because she took everything at 71 after 36 years. You think he bet on that? You never really know.
I get that. And that's why
we never really know today, Sweeney.
That's what I said. I get that.
So it sounds like they're just more about what
do you suggest that a man does in 2023 when we don't know who the fuck these people are?
Well, again, they're worried about losing stuff, then get a prenup and go from there.
Or this. Look, listen, I get it. That's why I asked, why do you fear the commitment? Y'all already told it. You told me time and time again, you fear the instance in which shit doesn't work out. I'm totally with you. What are you going to do about it?
I'm saying do whatever you got to do for you to get where you got to get. If you
not even that, Ricky, because we talking to because the thing is we already here. We married, we doing whatever. We already took the risk. It is what it is. You as a single man, what are you going to do about the institution of marriage to change it to work in your benefit? Or are you going to opt out? You can do it either way. I'm not here, but it's your job to figure out what y'all want to do about it, because I get what y'all are afraid of. I would have been afraid of the same shit. You're afraid of the way that the laws are set. You're afraid of the way that things are set up today that doesn't work out in the favor of men. What are you going to do about it? Because you can't argue with the women about it. They're going to do what benefits them in the long run anyway. You can't argue with us about it because we don't experience what y'all are afraid of. I haven't experienced it yet. So what are you going to do about it as a single man to deal with the institution of marriage or the institution of divorce? I can't do shit about that with you. There ain't nothing I can do.
Let me jump back on the other side of the fence.
Well, that's why we come on these panels, brother. We come on these panels to discuss these ideas, to create awareness so that people can hear the status quo. They can hear what's going on in the minds of older and younger men, and that so that the women can also have a reflection of what's going on in their minds. That way the women can come remedy some of the problems, and some of us can come up with solutions.
Got it. That's the whole reason we're having this conversation. Let me ask you this. Are you a millionaire currently? You have a net worth over $1 million?
No, I'm not a millionaire.
Not yet. Right? So you're not yet a millionaire. In the event that you was to get married with a woman and she was to be with you while you became a millionaire, would you not want to give her half the money?
if I became a millionaire and she helped me get $1 million, of course I would want her to be taken care
So
of.
then what are you
that
worried
goes without
about?
saying.
This is the argument that a lot of women have. And this is the argument that a lot of married people have, and the argument that I have with people who dog marriage. Why is broke motherfuckers worried about losing money? You ain't got none.
But I never said I was worried about losing money. That's an assumption that everybody keeps making.
So what are you worried about?
Bro, I just literally gave y'all a breakdown. I said you have two things. I gave you two institutions that have similar outcomes. All I'm saying is that if I have two institutions that have similar outcomes, why would I pick the one that's riskier?
No, you know what?
I never even mentioned money. I never mentioned money in the debate at all. Y'all just made a bunch of assumptions.
Wait.
No.
That's false, though. They don't have similar outcomes. They don't.
The only risk there is when you say it's riskier. See, the first thing I go through is money. That's because the first thing I go through is money. There ain't no other risk.
What do you mean? Emotional turmoil. I've been divorced before. You know how much that hurts. Y'all seem to only be thinking about whenever I talk about anything of value. Hold on. But again, y'all always keep making it about money, and that's not what I'm talking. I never once mentioned money.
Clout. So here's my question to you, Clout. I got you. So if we remove the money, because that's going to be the issue for Shan. But if we remove the money. Are you telling me you are more hurtful because you lost a divorce and you be less hurtful as losing to a lifelong girlfriend? You're gonna still have the same broken heart.
I could give you multiple reasons why divorce is worse. I can give you multiple reasons.
Give it to us.
All right. For example, if I break up with a girlfriend, right, and we don't get along, I don't then have to sit through 6 to 12 months or maybe more of court where I'm forced to deal with this person and go through vicious decision making over who gets what. I don't have to deal with that if I break up with a girlfriend. When it comes to kids, if I break up with a girlfriend, we could just go to child support. I don't got to go to divorce. I don't got to deal with alimony. Now that is a financial thing, but there's more than just finances.
Remove the money.
All right, so remove money. I won't mention any finances. I won't mention any finances, but what I'm saying is just mentally, the idea of merging two people together and creating a family, and then the idea of destroying that is worse than it's harder to deal with than you being with somebody and y'all just break up because when you're being with.
Hold on, wait, I gotta share. Hold on, wait, I gotta share. Hold on, wait, I got it. I got it. So. You said that all the things that you can do.
You see how y'all always say don't cut you off, and then when I'm listing my list, y'all stop me. But cool.
I got you.
Let him finish. No, finish. I don't know. Just let him. I'm not sure if he was finished or not. Go ahead.
Was you done?
No. I'll let him. He go ahead.
Okay, I got you, Clout. So you said that you didn't have one of the things that you mentioned. You said you don't have to go through months of figuring out and litigation and all of that, right? Earlier, you just mentioned all the things you can do outside of a marriage, i.e., you can make her a power of attorney. You can buy a house together. You can buy a car together. You can do all of this. You do know that you got to still go through litigation when you break up with somebody, and you still got to go through all of that because she's already on half the shit. Her name is on the house. Her name is on the car. Her name is on the bank accounts. Her name is with the kids.
That's half her furniture.
Hold on. First off, y'all making huge assumptions. I don't have to put somebody's name on my stuff to give them power of attorney. And the process of removing power of attorney is nowhere comparable to the process of divorce. So I don't know why y'all sitting here being disingenuous.
Power of attorney.
My girlfriend, power of attorney. I can dissolve that with $100 and a phone call to my lawyer. Like y'all making it seem like it's the same thing, and it's not. Come on.
That's actually a real point, though. A lot of men realize if you're cohabitating with a woman for an extended period of time, you might as well be married to her. By the time you get to the courts, remember, the court is going to do what is fair. So even if you trying to split things amicably and she wants to take it to court, they're going to do what's fair. So you're going to feel like you married to her ass anyway once they divvying up everything. Oh, she paid for this? Well, that was a gift. You got to pay. Like, they will do all that shit to you simply because you're a man.
You don't even need common law marriage for that to happen.
Damn, that's why I'm like, some dudes that when you look at it, this is the cost of loving a woman. Bro. And then in my eyes, if you're gonna have children with her, you might as well do the honorable thing in marriage.
Yeah, but no,
listen, I've lived with multiple girlfriends and broken up, and I got divorced one time, and that divorce's impact was way bigger.
Yeah, to Cloud's point, Trigger and Sweeney, if it's amicable, there's no court. It's just, all right, baby, here, you can have a sofa, you take this, you get that other car, because I don't even drive that motherfucker.
You can do that in a divorce.
I agree.
You can do that in a divorce.
No, you can't do that in
Yes,
no
you
divorce.
can.
gotta go through no fault.
No, the only time a divorce start requiring courts beyond just making a decision is when it's no longer amicable.
Bro,
I had an amicable divorce that took 8 months. What are y'all even talking about?
Me and my ex is in business. I was on the phone with her for 3 hours today, talking, making money. Our shit was amicable. We were mad at the courts. We were like, why are they in our fucking business? No, bruh. It ain't just no, hey, we good.
But
And
it
we
also
just telling
depends
the
on the
courts we
state.
good. And they say, oh, well, since y'all good, then don't worry
I was
about
like,
it.
you
No,
in
they were like,
California,
nope.
bro.
You say you good, but we don't think you are. So this is what you got to do. And we were like,
can't
God
speak in
damn.
California.
Yeah, I didn't have to go to court. We had a mediation. That's what we had, a mediator, and that was it.
Yeah, I think
Shit, here in Texas, it bust that shit down the middle.
Them
Everything
motherfuckers
gets
was
bust
all
down the
in our-
middle.
They were in our business. We was like, fuck, man. Now we got to get this notarized and we got to get this
If
notarized.
you don't see
They were
value
like,
in it, don't do it.
piece of paper. And what do you
Well, if
have?
you-
And what
if we-
about this? And how about that? And how about this? And we were like, fuck. But
if you don't see value in it, don't do it.
I'm gonna be honest. If
the clout point,
there's
I would have avoided all of that if it would have just been boyfriend and girlfriend. We'd have just been like, all right, well, you get your shit and go. I take my shit. I'm gonna keep this. I want this sofa, and I like these chairs. You take the TV, and we good. You good? All right, cool. I appreciate you.
Well,
That's
y'all
what
better
can
not-
happen.
y'all
There's
better
no,
not
there's no
never get a
mental
home together,
taxing
because
Oh,
y'all
man.
gonna have
breakup
to
of a
add this
boyfriend
to
and
split
girlfriend
up.
as opposed to
Unless y'all gonna stay in a
fucking
goddamn
government.
apartment for the rest of your life.
If you don't see value in a young guy, don't do it. It's just that simple. It don't mean that it's a bad thing. It don't mean that it just ain't for you. It's not for you. It's just that simple, bro.
Just
If you don't
about
see no
to making
value in
babies.
it, go ahead, man. Continue. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing.
Clout was divorced. It makes a lot of sense now.
Let's
Oh,
go ahead and, go ahead,
I
Rick.
mean, like I said, what's the ladder? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the ladder? You know what I'm saying? Going out here, you making babies, you got baby mamas and all that shit. Like that's been working for everybody. You know, whatever, man.
That
you
ain't
know
a
what
good
I'm saying?
reason enough.
Right. I mean, do y'all thing, man. If you don't see no value in it, but the truth is, like I said, y'all asking us to sell y'all something that y'all girl is supposed to convince you to do, man. She's supposed to be a woman good enough to keep you and maintain you and bring enough value in your life to say, hey, I'm willing to risk it for this woman. And if she's not you, if you can't find a woman to do that, you ain't gonna never see the benefit of it. It's gonna always be a risk versus reward. It's gonna always be a ROI or loss statement. And that's hey, do your thing, man. Do your
I was
thing.
gonna say,
Jay Stanza, do you want children?
No.
Oh, then you,
shit, hell,
you straight.
Now it makes sense.
Shit,
Not,
do
then
you
well,
then? Shit.
okay, wait. You got to ask the follow-up question. Do you have a vasectomy? Have you gotten one of those yet?
No, I don't. And
All
I
right,
don't
then.
again, I mean,
Then
I see your
everything we
point.
said still applies. Then.
And I would say this, and to add to Ricky's point, here's the reality. When I got married, nobody in this world was sitting there beating me in my face, talking about, hey man, you really need to marry that woman. You really need to marry her. You got to get married one day. Nobody told me that. She was just a good woman that I was like, hey, look, I want to marry this chick. I didn't have nobody in my corner talking about some, man, bro, marriage is the best thing on the planet. You got to do it. You got to do it. I had one homeboy that got married at that time. One. The only thing I knew, I was a product of marriage. My parents got married and my uncle and auntie got married. Outside of that, nobody sat here and beat me in the face to try to convince me to marry my wife.
You was a dusty nigga, Sweeney. You told us you was dusty as a motherfucker. She had to get your haircut for you, nigga. You couldn't even afford a haircut. So you had to marry her.
Stop lying on this man's name. Stop. But no, seriously though, nobody had to, like, to Ricky's point, I just decided I wanted to marry her because I thought she was a good enough woman to marry. I take on the risk of everything that comes after that. If shit hits the fan, then it hits the fan. I'm hoping that it's not. It's a gamble, like he just said. Everything's a gamble. People, you know how much people lose when they go and bet on these NBA finals and shit like that, and they still turn around and go and bet anyway. It is what it is. It's a gamble. Either you're gonna take it.
I don't
or you're
know.
not.
I don't think it's a gamble to anybody that don't have much to lose. I'm not saying you don't got much to lose. I'm just simply saying that a lot of people that argue about the whole, divorce shouldn't have, this risky and all of that. I ask, what do you have to lose if you get married versus not getting married? If you can potentially become wealthy, make more money, become healthier, be happier, your kids are in a fucking nuclear family and all of that other kind of stuff, where you wouldn't have had that as a single person, then what do you have to lose? But it seems like people make a philosophical argument against marriage when I'm saying, well, shit, It ain't like you got anything to take half. You don't got half of nothing to take.
I don't care.
So what fucking difference does it make?
And I will say this though, and if you do have a lot of shit that you don't want to risk, hey,
Well, now that's a different argument.
Yeah, that's a different argument. Now, if you're a millionaire and shit, and you go out there,
you get married again because you got a lot to lose.
I get it.
See, JR got a lot to lose.
And you know, I've been looking at it. I've been looking at it as to why, because a low percentage of men even get prenups anyway. And I think one of the reasons why men won't think to do it is because we usually get married broke, right? We just working, and that's all we really got. But I think men do it internally because of especially if you a hustler, go-getter type, because a part of you knows you can always reinvent yourself. So that's why people like, Trigger Mike, you got a prenup? No, nigga. I'm Trigger Mike today. I'll be Trigger Mike 2.0 if this woman ever leave me. Jeff Bezos gave out $30 billion. How long did it take him to make that money back? 9 months?
$45 billion.
And I will say this, in my marriage, like, shit, if I lose, she lose.
Yeah, because men are like, man, fuck it, take it all.
Bars.
Just give me a laptop. I tell motherfuckers, just give me a laptop and internet connection. You can have everything else.
We both got to, in the state of Texas, we got to bust that shit down the middle. Bust it down the middle then. I don't give a shit. Once we bust that shit down the middle.
But they do. So again, young gods, if you don't see enough value in a woman, don't do it. Don't do it. I ain't got to convince you of shit. I ain't fuck you. I ain't having your babies. I ain't gonna be the one to rub your back in your head when you ain't feeling well. That's your girl motherfucking job. And if y'all can't see it to the fact that the principles, right, and the intent of what marriage really supposed to be and provide when two people are in it correctly, right? If you don't see the value in that, then you won't. You won't, and that's cool. Hey, but I'm telling y'all, they building more nursing homes every day. Goddamn it, that's a fact.
All right, go ahead, take us home on this, Luis.
I'm gonna say this. We've been around the world 100 days about this topic, but I'll say this. I can only go off my lived experience, and I hope that everybody goes off their personal lived experience and not rely so heavily on other people's marriages and what people else got going on, because that's just gonna leave you in a chokehold. As far as for me, I personally believe in marriage. My parents have been married for 35 plus years, and 80% of my family is married. You know what I'm saying? The 5 that had divorced, they remarried. So there's a very small threshold of people who are not married in my family. And we find community in that.
What's taking you so long, Louis?
Don't get on my case, Shane. But yeah, man. For me, look, I think it just comes down to what you believe in. I mean, if you either believe in the institution of marriage or you don't. But I'll tell you this, people around the world outside the U.S., heavily believe in marriage. That's why here we're having such a difficult time trying to get married. But how are you?
All right, we got baby BZ said disappointing, no real progress was made on this topic. Y'all think progress was made?
No, and it never will be. It's over for these little niggas, man. I keep telling y'all, it's over for these young cats, man. It's over. No, it's OV. I keep trying to tell y'all.
It was a lot of progress. We're speaking through us to the
I told y'all,
audience that's gonna watch the replay.
Look,
thousands.
And let me give the fellas the real shit, before they get out of here. Again, this ain't no disrespect, Big Cloud Jones, Jay Stanton. I hear what y'all saying, right? But the truth is, like I said, men marry women, right? The reason why they can say this with such confidence, again, because they look at the women that's out here nowadays, and there's no reason for them to get married. They can see why, you know what I'm saying? I can get everything that I want without commitment.
Yeah.
They can get everything they want without commitment. Like I said, then I do agree with Ali when he said, hey, we marry y'all, but it's y'all job to keep us, right? It's not enough women out here presenting wifely qualities to override the bullshit that these young fellas are getting fed. Men don't care. It's to the point where these dudes they ain't chasing no woman. They ain't trying to marry y'all. They ain't trying to marry y'all. They don't give a fuck. It's 4 or 5 of y'all out there, and they gonna keep doing what they doing because shit, at the end of the day, y'all don't provide enough value for them.
Yeah,
that's a fact. It ain't no problem with me. Me and my girl straight. Like I said, me and my wife, we went to Hawaii, had a goddamn ball, celebrating my birthday. 20 plus years married. Shit, what the fuck? But it's not my job to sell what the benefit of my girl do for me to you. It's your girl, and they don't see the value in women. But that's a different subject.
I wouldn't say that they don't see the
I'll
value in women.
also
They don't see the
say-
value in marrying them.
I'll also say I don't give smoke to anybody that has that viewpoint that doesn't have children. I start to get a little abrasive. If you got kids and you got that mindset, yeah, I got a problem with you. But if you don't have kids, yeah, then I mean, really, the world is your oyster. Do as you please.
So, do you gentlemen think men hit the wall too?
Much later.
I think like we had this conversation the other night. I think men hit the wall in the sense of when you get to a certain point in your life, you get a certain level of money, you hit a wall where you don't trust the women around you.
Ask Bill Murray if he hit the wall.
Not the wall as in they can't get women. It's more of you don't trust the
men
women
hit the
around
wall too. That's a false dichotomy. It's gonna become a time when you cannot provide the things that a man was supposed to provide besides financial. It comes
Absolutely.
a time. That's why we get older. You that's my old man. You're gonna get old one day, and you cannot provide the things that you used to provide to a
But
woman.
it's also a moot point, though, Uncle Rick, because we know that. Men don't argue that.
But that's what
Men
I'm
don't-
saying. Then, so we
Men are
can't say
born
it's
at
not
the
a wall.
wall.
Is what I'm saying.
Ain't gonna be no time
Exactly.
that you can't
We get rejected our whole
Ricky,
life. Like some dude's
bullshit.
wall is 25. Like
There ain't
man.
no time in your life, Ricky, that you're not gonna be able to do the things you're supposed to do.
That's
You're
a
gonna do
lie.
it all the way up until the day you die.
That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a
you-
lie,
I-
Shannon. That's a lie. That's a lie.
How you figure?
That because that's hopeful
At
at
what
best.
point are you not gonna be able to provide and protect?
Because we all get older, bro. We all
You
get
just
older.
do it slower.
Oh.
You'll do it slower, but you ain't gonna
No,
ever
no, I
stop,
won't.
Ricky.
Oh,
Papa didn't stop until he hit the grave.
that's not true.
Now, I believe that men are born at the wall and they got to grow out of it. You don't hit the wall. We start at the wall and we got to work our way from it. And then a lot of guys either don't move away from it, they move slowly, or they just stay at that motherfucker all their life. That's the issue. But hitting the wall in the traditional sense that we discuss it with as juxtaposed to women, I don't think men necessarily do that. But to Ricky's point, you know what, because I say that men need to provide, protect, and problem solve. I believe that men problem solve, provide, and protect until the day they die. That's just what I think. Now I get it. And he has the opportunity to make sure he can do it even better if he stays strong and eats well and works out and does all the things that he needs to do. Do men fall off? Yeah, I think men fall off. Absolutely. Everybody fucking falls off. But I think Father Time is on our side if we take advantage of it. So
I think what
I
they
think
mean
Ricky's
by
gonna fucking do the 4 Ps until he's 90.
I think what they mean by hitting the wall is in the context of finding of getting married. That's how I look at it.
Okay. If you look at that, that's I see you.
And what I mean by that is that's why I said I think that's why I say I think everybody ages out of marriage at some point. I think men age out of marriage in the sense of once you get to a certain level and you have a certain amount of money, somehow you're going to start looking at the women around you kind of funny. You're going to be like, I don't know if marriage is in the cards for me. You're going to start being like, I don't know if I want to marry a woman right now because then you risk a whole lot. It's the opposite for women. Like your options as far as marrying whoever you want, that's always going to be there. But that don't mean that you're going to be willing to get married at that time.
I don't know, man. Because if we say the market sets the rate, then men, you got to break it down different for men. We know that attractiveness and desirability is the wall for women.
Right.
All right.
Yep.
Then if attractiveness for men, sure, we hit the wall. But that's not what makes
that's not what we measured on.
That wasn't what I was arguing though.
Our wall is probably 30, 40 years later now at this point but
it's still one. But it's still a wall.
Still
though.
one. Yeah,
That's
indeed. I'll concede to that. But it's much later.
Do you get what I meant when I say that I think men age out of marriage?
You talk about if I lose my mind.
What I mean is
I
that
can't
at
drive
some
cars
point
no more, and the DMV takes my license because I can't see and I can't do shit, and I need somebody to give me my shot.
I don't know that we age out of I'm trying to think. Okay,
did you hear what I said though? Hold on, wait. Did you hear what I said though? Did you hear what I said?
No,
listen to what I said. It's not about our attractiveness. It's not about how many women we can get. It's about your own mindset of whether you even want to get married or not anymore. Once you hit a certain level, you start looking at the world a little different and be like, is marriage in the cards for me? That's why something that Anton said on one of the shows, he was like, once you get to a certain level with your pockets is fat and you ain't never get married, I recommend you do not. That's how most men think at some point in their life.
Here's why I disagree with that a little bit, because people act like men don't, we are not little children saying I can't wait to get married when I grow up. It's literally the woman that makes us, like, not makes us, but inspires us to marry her. And you can do that at any age, bro. If she's just that type of woman that deserves that honor, you can think about it at any age. You literally can, because we not the ones sitting here, oh, I can't wait till she gives me a ring on my. If it wasn't for that woman being so honorable and so deserving of that honor, we would literally just be boyfriends for life, knocking these women down.
I don't know about that, man. I think there's a lot of dudes out there, when they hit a certain level financially, they start looking at marriage totally different.
Not Jeff,
especially
Bezos,
but Jeff Bezos. But I mean, yeah, but Jeff Bezos got Jeff Bezos money. He took an L and lost $40 billion and made it back in 3 months.
He about to do the whole shit again.
He's a totally different monster versus some regular dude out there who may only have about $300,000-$400,000 in household wealth to split. That's
well, we said a dude with wealth, right? A dude with wealth. No, these, like, come on. Even the Zion thing is extreme.
Based on what we're measured by. Finish that sentence, Trigger.
Based on, like, the Zion thing is extreme. But literally, what you can see is that dudes will trick, even off in wedding rings. Dudes will trick out wedding rings. If they got it, they just want to enjoy themselves with a nice looking lady. Oh, you want to get married? Shit, let's do it. I already got my estate planned out for my kids, and they in my will. Fuck it, I don't care. Like, dudes are not really thinking about that. I don't think so. In my opinion,
we know age, y'all.
That ain't what I'm saying.
Super chats.
Yeah,
Super chat.
Ricky gonna be solid till he 100.
All right, I'll leave 499. It wouldn't have can you guys hear me? Oh, it wouldn't have been a problem if I told her it's her house. To women, it's what's mine is mine, and what's yours is mine. Women.
That must be old. That was back in the we was talking about
good women is a benefit to men. Marriage is the benefit to women.
That's a bar.
E-Man Williams 499 says, when you are married, you multiply boyfriend/girlfriend is adding. It is a reason that divorces take a long. You can leave a boy/girlfriend relationship now. E again 199 says, in a marriage is a compound interest. I'll let technology over there, Shan. 199, my net worth have 10 times since I have been married. Conversation, D-Town conversation 499 trigger, save us. OG. The OG, Sean.
I got OG status now. Hey.
$5 says, I don't think y'all married people really understand marriage as an institution. You understand your marriage, but not the institution in general.
That's facts, but I don't give a fuck about what's going on in nobody else's shit. My shit is straight. Right. That's what y'all don't understand. Y'all worried about what's up with your shit. You see what I'm saying? It's your shit. Who gives a fuck what everybody else thinks, what everybody go? What is you and your girl doing? What is y'all locking in to do?
I can't concern myself with what's going on.
What Ali say? Wait, I see Ali wrote my name.
Ali 1999 says Shannon finally threw in the towel. You know, Jay Stazza said Ricky Sweeney Hink and Antonio hitting y'all with the thriller. And
no, I'm fighting. I'm on both sides of the fence. It makes sense because what the brothers were saying, Hink and Clout was making good points. Ricky and Sweeney was making good points. Everybody's making good points.
But
and actually, Ali just proved Ricky's point. Put his back up there again. What did he say? What did he say? Something along the lines of women make the marriage or some shit like that. Y'all proved this point where he said it's the women you choose.
Institution is what it like. It doesn't matter what the institution. What's the understanding you and your girl got of the institution? What does it mean to y'all? Again, y'all be worried about the wrong shit, man. That's the whole fucking problem. That's why niggas can't get shit together. Y'all be worried about the wrong shit, bro.
MC Heavy Tits 499 also remember says alimony is only paid out 10% of divorces. The real issue is child custody and child support. Ali again says, y'all stop being disingenuous. There are married men we all know that have women that have ran their families to the ground and changed after marriage. There's alphas that don't want to lose their kids and wife to divorce. Mr. Charles, $2 says, at Clout, is there anything a lady can do to earn a ring?
You'll lose them to your baby mama, though. The fuck?
AL $5 says sunglasses is
Absolutely.
actually
If she had my kids.
If you look at it.
What? Get the hell shit. Oh, Nick. Oh, goddamn.
Not about
I made it clear last week that the only reason I would get married is for kids.
If the analysis makes sense, I'll do it. Ali again, 1999 says, y'all are acting like brothers on the panel haven't had bad and failed marriages with women who were bad or became bad. The conversation is disingenuous. Men love women, not bad women. They have to risk it all too.
Again, you're proving this point.
Mrs. Parker 199 says, appreciate the diversity on the panel. Ali again says, I will say it again. All the brothers on the panel can get women. Women can't keep one man. Our job is to get it's women's job to keep. All brothers, like Jay Stanza is saying, is it's a big risk to get married to today's type women.
Proving his point again. Y'all don't see the value in these.
But his point is valid. His point is, I'm not disagreeing with his point. That's all I'm saying. His point is valid.
An honorable decision. Shout out to Good Deals. Was it Bayou? Bayou? $49.99.
Bayou.
My fault. $49.99. The big bucks. Marriage is important. You only have to do it right one time. Did you hear what I said? That's that Ricky. MC Heavy Ticks again. $4.99 says we need to stop shaming people for not wanting marriage. It's not for everyone. Ms. Parker again, $4.99 says, hey, chat and viewers, do we need a part 2 next week? Thanks for viewing this stream. Appreciate you, Ms. Parker. Ali again, 99 says, women, we don't need men or marriage. We're strong and independent men. Get married to women who don't need men or marriage, or you're weak.
Who said that?
King Sparks, $57.99. Also, remember, says, scared money don't make money. AL $10 says, when I enter into a lifetime institution that I don't fully understand or see the added benefit in doing so, I don't think people take the institution seriously and do it to check off the list.
That's true.
Again, falls to a
person. Learn about it.
AL $5 says, the problem I see is that marriage is like skydiving. The best outcome is you end up like you would have been anyway. Worst outcome is no parachute. Ali again, 1999 says, think about this. All of us are naturally drawn to women. We can't stop coming back to women. All of us, the negative experiences have become so great. Men will still come to women, but stop risking everything for a woman. Ali again, 49 says, y'all beat up Shannon so bad. You got engaged on the show. MC Heavy Tip 499 says,
I wouldn't got a ring.
That us 40-year-old women can still get a 70-year-old man, aka Bill Murray and Khalees.
Absolutely.
Yes.
AL $5 says, it's not the woman that would make me want to get married. It's my understanding of the institution and seeing it as a benefit. Erica, $2 says, great show, guys. And lastly, Big at 11, $10 said, Trigger Mike said you will leave if you came home and Mr. Let Go was standing on a stool, coaching your wife from the back. Where's your love to stay at work, work it out, and lead by example?
Hey, but Ant, we talked about this yesterday, bro. Don't give me that visual.
Big Ant need to chill out, yo.
Yo, let go. Because I don't believe in divorce. Like my family gonna be like, what the hell? But let go. Just I'm like, yo, I can't. I can't do it.
Mike said he run into the truck.
Looking like the Google from Mario Brothers. Making my wife, no, thank you.
Blue Jay, $9.99 with the $9.99 says choosing the right woman is 10% of the marriage. The other 90% is being a stand-up man and a husband.
False.
What the hell?
This is why we
false. Choosing the right woman is 90% of it. 90% of it is choosing the right woman. That's a stretch.
Look at the percentage a woman gave herself. That's why marriages are fucked up now.
She said 90% is you being a good guy.
Good women get scooped. Like that's just the facts. Good women get married, bro. Plain and simple, short and sweet. That should tell y'all everything y'all need to know.
All the good ones are still gone. Still gone. In fact, I just got to say this. I don't know a woman that is elegant, feminine, submissive, man-pleasing, wanted, and a good mother to want it, like, speaks about these things openly that isn't married. I don't know one.
Not one.
Not one.
Not a one.
It's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Like I said, I get Clout and Stanza's point where the institution to them it doesn't check out.
I know someone
get
that's
it.
not married, but they not single. Zendaya is one. You talking about like celebrity status? Somebody that we all can identify with?
No, I'm talking about personal, but
personally.
Yeah.
I can't speak to no celebrity marriage.
I'll say over 30. I'll say over 30.
Personally? Damn.
The fact
that I gotta
if they're not married, they got some kind of hang up.
The fact that I gotta think about it is a problem.
Oh man, good women get married. It's just that simple. A good woman gonna fall in line. This is what I've been saying since the time I've been here. A good woman is gonna fall in line. It's just that simple. The job of a woman to get married is to understand the man she has in front of her. That's the whole thing, right? And again, it's not that a man we say it all the time. It's not we Big Mike said we ain't growing up saying, oh shit, I want to get married. I can't wait till the day I get married, right? I can't. No, it's you find a woman that's a good thing that you see it, and it ain't about her, right? It ain't about her and what she sees it. You see the value in it. You see that the pros outweighs the cons that Big Clout and Jay Stans are talking about. You see it, but I gotta also understand that to receive that, and this is the problem, gentlemen. To get a certain response, you have to provide a certain stimuli. You have to. You gotta. Right? Now, at the end of the day, what nobody say, oh, women do this and that. At the end and the beginning of the day, you chose her because you got down on one knee and you proposed. You chose her. You choose that. We could talk about the leverage and dynamics as that go and permission goes and things happen as far as financials and all this. But for that marriage to consummate, for that marriage to even take place, you have to get down and choose that woman. Women ain't down. All these women ain't out here getting down on no knee to say, would you marry me in mass? And if you did, you would tell her to get up off your motherfucking knees. You as a man would tell her, get your ass up. Right? So again, you have to be very, and I hear what they're saying, you have to be very careful picking the woman you choose. But that will also mean you have to be a certain type of man. You have to be the man that you say you are.
As a matter of fact, I got a question for Stanza and Clout. I got a question for y'all. If you had two women in front of you, both of them look the same, everything's the same, right? One woman says she does not believe in the institution of marriage. She don't believe in staying together. She don't believe in the union. She don't want to do it. We don't have to do all that to get married. She don't believe in it. And then you had another woman, looks the same, you know what I mean? But she believes in the institution of marriage. She believes in staying together. She believes till death do you part. Which one would you pick?
Ooh, good question.
Both.
He said both. Get the.
Honestly, neither one of those are enough for me to make a decision.
It's 2023. It's a whole different wave now. Like, you can have both. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
All right, let me go ahead and get
Shannon, did you get my question though? I think
got
Shannon got it.
I know what I'd pick.
Let me get to this.
I know which one I'd
pick. Responded back says, so if you choose perfectly and they cheat on you, is that your fault?
You didn't choose perfectly.
Yes.
That's why choosing the right woman is 90%.
Yes, it is. Yes.
So hold on. So now we're responsible for someone else violating our contract.
No, I was gonna say
that's crazy. That's crazy to me.
Those type of damn. I would say these type of occurrences and things that you go through, you're gonna make the best choice. That's always like make the best choice, but you gotta. It's more of the mindset. When we talk about a woman, it's more of the mindset. If we get into the granular details and all that, no dude want to be cheated on. And be honest, most men won't even know if they got cheated on for real. But dudes, and then let me just make a segue real quick. I go to Facebook sometimes and I look in these marriage groups and I look at men say real shit. When they have a post that says divorced men only, what happened and was it your fault? They'll say some shit like, you'll hear men say real shit. Yes, I chose the wrong one. I chose her because she had a fat butt and big titties. I didn't even get the chance to know her after the first time we had sex. I just was hypnotized by the booty. They say all type of stuff like that. So when we say men need to choose the right one, we mean actually court the right woman. Love the woman, not the sex, not the, not the bedroom play, not all of that stuff. I think a lot of men are just wrapped up in the feeling, wrapped up in lust, just like the women do. Right? And you figure she here anyway. We rock with each other together. We like all the same food. None of that shit matters. What type of mother is she gonna be? Is she a woman of service? Does she do things when she's tired? Does she do things she don't even agree with in the name of doing it as your wife? Like, that's the stuff that matters, that contributes to a long lasting companionship, in a marriage. So I think a lot of dudes realize in their first marriage, they didn't go through any of that stuff. And to their credit, and to their defense, they weren't taught. They weren't taught how to do it.
It don't matter, Trigger Mike. You're not having no kids anyway.
Hey, look, put up MC Heavy Tits.
Hold on, let me get that real quick. Edaman Williams 199 says a good woman, not going to be a long time girlfriend. AL.
That's what makes a lot of these arguments just arguments, because in real life, what's the odds?
AL $5 says, I know a few great women who are not married but been in long-term relationships for 20 to 30 years. They just don't like Uncle Sam in their business. And it's the MC Heavy one right here. 49 ounce, remember, MC Heavy Tits says marriage ain't for everyone, but if you chose not to get married, don't expect wifey attribute.
These women are telling you if you do not marry them,
what a wife gonna do that a long-term living girlfriend ain't gonna do?
Yeah,
hey, there's a whole lot.
Yeah, we gotta go ahead and transition, man. We gotta get up out of here. This was a great show. We talked about marriage. I didn't think it'd go that way, but it was a great dialogue. I appreciate the youth, man. Big Clout Jones, Jay Stanza. Y'all make sure y'all stand on y'all points. Every perspective is needed in order to be able to have an excellent conversation, because there are people that think just like all of us. So everybody's point of view is important. Hopefully, somebody was able to identify some problems, and hopefully he was able to get some solutions out of this dialogue tonight. Trigger Mike is live tomorrow, 1 p.m. Central Time. Modern Women Love Simps. That's
hell yeah, they do.
Modern Women Love Simps.
Hell yeah, and they hate the fact that we even training men to not be them. They can't stand
it. They can't stand it.
So y'all make sure y'all check out Trigger Mike. Make sure you support everybody that's on the hell is this shit. Y'all make sure y'all support everybody on the platform tonight. Mostly everybody has YouTube channels and social medias. Y'all make sure y'all support everybody, and everybody that dropped off. I appreciate your perspective. Sir Hill was supposed to be here today too. He had some issues on the technical side, so we hope to see him next week. Just trying to key this in real quick. But yeah. How y'all like the show? Y'all enjoyed it?
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun.
It was
dope. Trigger, real quick, I got something to say to you.
Oh.
Yeah. The end of fucking Game of Thrones pissed me off, bro. Pissed
I tried to
me
told your ass.
off. Oh man.
Oh man. This dude in a wheelchair. This is your king? Nah, bro.
Not even that.
Nah, you know what?
I sat here and watched her burn down that city. I said, why did y'all do that? Who wrote this shit?
But tell me. So you might even hear me use Game of Thrones a lot in what's happening right now in modern society, in Western society. You giving a woman power and exalting her like she actually gonna know what to do with it at the end of the day. She gonna burn everything down the second she get pissed off. I felt like that was a modern fucking.
She burnt that city to
burnt that. You killed my homegirl. Like, people die in war, but they killed your right hand. So you gonna burn innocent women and children.
I said here was like, who wrote this shit? Because we wouldn't even Jon Snow wouldn't have
They
to go
wrote
back
that
to the
shit perfectly. That part they wrote perfect.
I was like, man, this some old. Then Jon Snow got to go back to the wall, and then I'm thinking of it.
That so I was not everybody was pissed because he's supposed to be king, right? But now they might not do the show. They did that version so they could do a show with him beyond the wall, but they might not do that no more.
I was
So
like,
he'd have just been all up in King's Landing if he was a king, you know.
that shit made me mad, bro. Then like you said, they put the kid in the wheelchair. Talking about he knows the history and the beginning. I'm like, man, that kid don't want to. Well,
So
actually,
he could be the historian. He could be the.
I did get the concept though, because they was like a person who did not want he didn't want the position.
Uh-huh.
And then on top of that, he does know all their history and he knows where they're going.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, I get where, you know what I mean? That's like looking at, essentially they made him a god in their world.
Yeah.
What do we call God? Alpha and Omega. He knows the beginning and the end. This dude knew the beginning and the end. He knows where his people going. And he knew where they've been.
That's a good point.
All right, y'all, we're going to get up out of here, man.
Hell yeah, I'm tripping. I got a doctor's appointment, a surgery consultation.
Oh man, good, right, bro?
Yeah, I got a ganglion cyst in my hand. You see that shit popping up like that?
Oh
I'm gonna get it removed.
Yeah. Well, you know, Sweeney do surgery too. Surgeries.
Like,
yeah, like what they call him in Texas. That's probably a bad joke. Let's go ahead and end it, man.
Hey, y'all.
Hit that like button. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel on the way out. Make sure y'all catch Trick and Mike tomorrow, y'all.
Read about it. Say you wanna beef about it. Find out nothing sweet about it. Flexing ain't discreet about it. Extra read about it. Say you wanna beef about it. We gon' come and see about it. Flexing ain't discreet about it. Extra read about it. Say you wanna beef about it. Find out nothing sweet about it. Look, mile like 3-6 pulled up.
Appreciate all the support, y'all. Make sure to hit that like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Shout out to the sponsor, T Chanley. Uncomplicated skincare for men. That link is in the description. MC Heavy Tits coming in with the super chat says men say they want traditional women but don't want traditional marriages. I want to thank all my Green Gang that's out there, all my mods, Mrs. Parker. I see you, Sean Gates, still in the chat. BZ, formerly Baby Zaddy. MC Heavy Tits. Shout out to all my Green Gang. If you want to become part of the Green Gang, that link is in the chat as well. Salute to you guys. We out.
Like I did a B&E. B&Me so good, so hood, so not worried about it. 250,000 new views, old news. Know you probably heard about it. Extra read about it. Headline, word around town, flexing. Balling on my course, so I ain't worried about nobody out of bounds, stressing. Feeling like Hercules, murder these. Ain't a problem to me. Tried to tell the maid service don't come unless you bring it condoms to me. Flexing ain't discreet about it. Extra read about it. Say you wanna beef about it. We gon' come and see about it. Flexing ain't discreet about it. Extra read about it. Say you wanna beef about it. Find out nothing sweet about it.
All right, family, I'm out of here. This is the last track. Hit that like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I want to say thank you guys on behalf of the Lapeef Network.
Shaking coming down to me. Stacking, racking money, power flipping.